1 2 1 2. This your man H-Rap coming at you live and direct from Late Rent Loud Music Studios. This is the End of the Bench podcast. We are doing another summit. As I told you at the beginning of this, I was reformatting my blueprint, and what we're going to do is we're going to have conversations about the culture, whether it be news-oriented, entertainment-oriented, or however we want to get down. Whatever the story of the day is, instead of just hearing my opinion straightforward all the time, bringing in some people who I value their opinions. Their opinions mean a lot to me. They are heavily immersed into the culture. So what we're going to do today is have a discussion on hip-hop and its impact on the culture at large. Again, this is H-Rap B. This is the End of the Bench podcast at Late Rent Loud Music Studios. Y'all know, as I say every week, this is a podcast. The reason I say it's a podcast is because I have people all the time say, hey, man, I missed your show. And I have to remind them repeatedly, it is impossible to miss my show. My show is on at all times. You can check me out on Spreaker.com, YouTube. You can check me out on iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Google Podcasts, Castbox, Deezer, and Podcast Addict, or wherever you get your podcast at. Again, and as I do this every week, I pay homage to my parents, my grandparents, and all my family members connected to them. They are my ancestors. They are my motivation. Once I acknowledge them, they send down protections and blessings to me. I send out blessings and respect to them. And at that point, we're all protected. We were brought here by them at all times. They do this, not just me. That is everybody connected to the Whitmore family, Pollard family, Turner family, Battle Cotton, Harper, Bailey, Chris Lansdowne, Liggins, Duncan, and anybody who's listened to my show knows me, my mother, my father, my brothers and sisters. We are the Williams clan. We are in the building. Right now, I am joined by one of my guests of the day. I got my man Big Mo. He is the head. He's the head of the snake called Tiger Park. Please introduce yourself, Mo, and let them know how they can get up with you and what's going on in your world.
What's up, man? What's up? I appreciate you having me today, bro.
Much love.
Big Mo, Maurice Nesbitt. Check us out every Sunday, 1 o'clock on YouTube, Tiger Park Show Live. You know what I'm saying? We just bring in a bunch of entertainment news, just talking about whatever is important to the culture, man. So y'all come and check us out.
Shortly, I'll be joined by my man Biggs. He just popped in. Biggs is in the building. Biggs, let them know who you are, what's going on, and how they can keep up with you.
Hey, can you hear me, bro?
Yes, indeed.
What's up, man?
Can you hear me?
You all good.
Okay, what's up, people? My name is Bushido.
Keep up with you.
All right, my name is Bushido Biggs Allah. Biggs on Facebook. Every 2 weeks I do a podcast called Thought Process. I also do a show on Twitch TV called Ill State of Mind Experience. You can get it through LEC Podcast, The League, if you want to check it out. You know, I'm one of the TSP generals. You know what I mean? I'm also an artist. I'm the CEO of True Legends Entertainment, which is a management company as well as a record label. So that's where I'm at. That's what I'm on.
That's what's up, man. Me and my man Biggs, we go back 10,000 years. The army that he said a general of, a member of myself. Salute, my bro. And then I got my man Ishbaya, a.k.a. Rello, in the building. Talk to me, Rello. Let them know what's going on, who you are, how they keep up with you.
Man, you Liddy, LITTY_Jones.com. No, they're not .com. That's just on Instagram. But you know me, man. West Rider, Chicago native.
Okay. Last but not least, one of my oldest and greatest friends as well. I got my man, Super MC. Trey Mack is in the building. Also, was good.
What's
Trey Mack the third.
What's cracking?
Hey, you know you don't need your.
Glad to be here, man.
You know you don't need your mask on here, right?
Yeah, I already know that, but I ain't tripping, man. I can't trust these motherfucking phone viruses. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm
All right,
saying?
man. I'm in the building. I got 4 MCs, former DJ. We in the building. We're gonna talk about this culture that we all love. I got my man Big Mo. I got my man Rello, aka Ishba. I got my man Biggs. I got my man Trey Mack the third. We all in the building. We finna take over this hip hop universe for a little while. Now, Trey Mack, you do rhyme.
Yes, sir.
We gonna get it. We gonna get it cracked.
Say again.
You hear me? Yeah. Let the people know how they can keep up with you, and then we gonna get things started.
Oh man, I'm just on Facebook, man. Trey Mack the third, born MC TSP, man. Check me out. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get the rest of them sites up and cracking, but for the most part, you know, I'm just in the dungeon trying to, you know, create shit. And once it's ready to be put out there, you know what I'm saying, it'll be there, man. But you know, you could definitely check SoundCloud though for Trey Mack the third or Reverb Nation, Trey Mack the third TSP. You know what I mean? So the music is out there. You know what I mean? But we definitely underground creating that killer shit right now. You know what I'm saying?
That's what's up. That's what's up. Now, as we stated, I'm speaking with you, each one of you individually, Trey Mack and Rello. We was on the last show at the beginning of last month, and we were talking about this when we were celebrating, when we were doing the annual celebration of the community. Now we're gonna do the culture. Hip hop. How did it enter your life? I'm gonna go with Trey Mack. I'm gonna go with Rello. I'm gonna go with Biggs, and then I'm gonna end up with Big Mo, and then I'll shoot it out, and we'll keep it going. Trey Mack, how did hip hop enter your life? Talk to us about it.
Man, so you know, 6th, 7th grade, you know what I'm saying? Maybe 5th grade, you know what I'm saying? That shit. I mean, first of all, we all knew about you know, the Sugar Hill Gang and Melly Mel and all that. So it was already there. But I'm talking about when it hit hard, when it cracked my head, was Run DMC. You know what I'm saying? That Suck MCs. I couldn't believe it. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know what year that was. 83, 80, 85, 80, I don't even know.
83,
Whatever
83.
it was. You know what I'm saying? But before that, I was into the culture. I was breaking, doing all the little shit. But that's when it stuck. Like, yeah, nigga, this who you gonna be. You gonna be this shit. This shit is too fucking. It just took over my whole fucking spirit. You know what I'm saying? And that was it. Once it started there, you know, I got into the breaking aspect. I got into the, you know, that's how I got started on the breaking side. And then, you know, after the breaking kind of, that scene kind of died because I was all around with it. You know what I'm saying? At all the clubs with all the big motherfucking breaking crews, all the cold motherfuckers. I was with them, except I was by myself. You know what I'm saying? I was just rotating. I was around, you know, at the motherfucking what's the motherfucking the skate rink up there on Halsted? What's the name of that
The
motherfucker?
Rainbow.
Yeah, Rainbow.
The Rainbow.
Yeah, that's where
Rainbow
the motherfucking dopest Chicago break dancers used to go every fucking Saturday. And I was there. And I was by myself getting props on my shit. You know what I'm saying? Wasn't super killer, but I was cold enough to make motherfuckers be like, yeah. And since then, that's all it's been. You know, and to me, just going by, you know, the motherfucking fundamentals of what hip hop is, how you gotta present yourself, especially when, you know, because hip hop teach you the rules of engagement, man. To respect your fucking, you know, respect your opponent, to know your opponent could kill your ass right now. Even though you don't think he as cold as you think he is. You know what I mean? You think you way colder, but your opponent, I'm talking about hip hop gave me so much direction at a young age and so much structure that I didn't need nobody else to give me no structure. Even once I got to the gang shit. But the structure for me was already there through hip hop because you know, you had to respect motherfuckers. And you always had to go out and put your best foot forward. If you're gonna go out in the middle of that circle and break dance, you gotta snap. You gotta be better than the last motherfucker, and you gotta be so dope you don't want nobody else to top what you do. Like that attitude is what helped propel me to give me the confidence to do everything in life from that. And it's so simple, but that's where hip hop fucking started with me, and it carried me. Like I still on the principles of hip hop. I still live on that. You can't bite. That's whack. If you whack, it's over. You know what I'm saying? Right? You know what I mean? It's simple shit, but that shit guided me through life, through all that shit, through the streets, through all that shit, and still got respect on every level. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, hip hop, man, that's when I got it. But like I said, just the function of it and the culture of it and the rules of it. If you really love it, it's rules to it. And if you follow them rules, man, they give you so much structure in life. That's why I had to love it. You know, for me, hip hop is really life, man. That's it. That's as much as I can say, man.
That's what's up, man. My man Rollo, what's good to me, man? Talk to me.
Well, for me, I mean, just like what he said, like Sugar Hill Gang, that record, you know, that was the first. I was born in '79, so that was the first rap I probably really heard constantly. You know what I mean? And then the movie Breaking. I mean, not Breaking, Beat Street. Beat Street. Then that was another level.
Yes, sir.
And so then, okay, now I was just into all type of music as a kid. My mother would be like, "Yo, why you listen to that old music?" I'm like, "I just like it." I'm a little boy, like 5, 6 years old. You know what I'm saying? And from there, then you know you get the KRS-One, Boogie Down, and all that. But that was still kind of late. I was still hooked on it, but I didn't really get like to where it was like took over me until I was in the 8th grade. My man, I was in Cincinnati at the time. I was living in Cincinnati, and my man, Mike Workman, he put me on. He put me on to Nas.
The nasty Nas.
It was Wu-Tang first, I think. I can't remember which came out first exactly. It was either Wu-Tang, then Nas, or Nas, then Wu. I think it was Wu-Tang first.
It was Nas Wu-Tang. First. Well,
it was Nas first.
Released, Nas was first, and then Wu-Tang.
Which one? But didn't Wu come out in like 93?
93, yeah.
No.
Yeah, they dropped 92.
Nas came out first. Nas was 93 too, but Nas came out first. Wu-Tang didn't come out to November.
Okay, I got you. So yeah, it was the same time. But when I heard that Illmatic album, it was over. That's when I was like, damn, I want to be a rapper. When I heard that, I was like, damn, I gotta. Then Wu-Tang, it was. Then Mob, it was just like, it was downhill from there, man. Like, to be honest, the way that I was introduced to hip hop, I was never really. I mean, I respect leaders of the new school, Tribe and all them, that type of stuff. Tribe was huge when I was still back in Chicago. I was like in the 6th or 7th grade. But the way it was introduced to me, with the Nas and Wu-Tang, it had to be that type of sound and rap from then on, man. and that was it. And it's like he said, like it was a lifestyle thing. That's when it became a lifestyle for me. It was something that I always knew. I mean, we always knew how to break dance and, you know, stuff like that, but it wasn't something so serious to me then. It was just like a thing. That's what we doing, you know what I mean? But once that 93 mark hit, then it became a whole like lifestyle and culture for me. It was like everything I'm doing is about some hip hop shit. I was never really a break dancer, you know what I mean, or a graffiti artist. My thing was the rapping part of it, DJing, and you know, none of that. It was just straight. I wanted to rap. That's what I knew. That's what I did, and that's what I wanted to do. That was it.
Biggs, talk to me, man. I know your story. You and Trey Mack. I know y'all story.
Yeah. Me and Trey Mack from the same area, man.
Oh, God.
We from the North Pole, man, down there. My shit start. I'm a tad bit different. When I first really got into hip hop, I was listening to this cat called Egyptian Lover, man, and he was from the West Coast.
Yeah.
Now I mean, he was a DJ. You know, he was a DJ. Had some break beats or whatever. And I was listening to It's Time, and I was listening to Beatronics and shit. And me and my man Doug, man, you know, we had our little breaking crew and Feel Good. You know, we was kind of whack, but we was tenacious. You know what I mean? We'd go up to fucking the water tower and tear your ass up. I was a pop locker, man. You know what I mean? I used to pop lock and all that shit, and then I'm on the same thing. Trano, when I heard Sucker MCs and Peter Piper, it was over for me. I was like, oh shit, these motherfuckers with this rapping shit. And of course, Rappers Delight and all that. But the freshest motherfucker back then to me that made me really want to rap, if I had to be honest, was Prince Marky D from the Fat Boys, man. He was nasty, man. He was very nasty to me, man. He was very, and I used to, you know, my name Marcus too, so I used to recite his joint. Marky D, the rhymes I write. Let me loose at a party, I rhyme all night. And I used to rhyme that shit, and the little broads around the crib thought it was my shit, but it wasn't. It wasn't. So my pen ended up getting real deadly. Once I moved out south, in '88 from around the way, and my pen got deadly real quick. My shit got deadly real quick. And for me, on the aspect of hip hop, man, I love the revolutionary part of it. That's why I hate these new niggas, man. They have no fight in them. You know what I mean? I used to love the Public Enemies and the Brand Nubians, and they dropped the science in it. You know what I mean? And the mathematics of man and all that shit. I used to love that shit. It was our voice, and we've forgotten that. You know what I mean? The mind fuck that these people have done to us, the programming they have done to us, man, has destroyed hip hop in so many motherfucking levels, man. But that's what really, when you go through life, that's how my life has been. You know what I mean? On some revolutionary shit, man. I've always been on that shit, but it's at a high level now because I'm trying to bring it back. But that's what hip hop did for me, man. The revolutionary part, the Public Enemy part, man, the X-Clan part and all that shit. You know, and then, but like I said, my pen got real deadly, man, once I started getting introduced to the Redmans and the K-Solos, the Inspector Dex, the Pharaoh Monch, the Helter Skelters, you know what I mean? That's where I come from, you know what I mean? The Sean Prices, you know. So I try to keep it around in that. I don't listen to none of this. I don't listen to none of this gump shit, man. All the shit they doing now. I don't even do it. You know, I don't even listen to the fucking way. I'd rather listen to the OJs than listen to these motherfuckers right now, man.
OJ.
Yeah, man. I'm just, man. I'd rather listen to Molly Cyrus than listen to one of these motherfuckers. I'm just throwing up fucking names, man.
That's a hell of a
leap. Fuck these niggas. Yeah, man. Fuck these niggas, man.
That's what's up, man.
With that being said, I want to introduce y'all to my man Big Mo out of South Carolina. Talk to us.
What's up, man? I don't know, man. For me, I'm 77, born in 77, man. So down here in Carolina, we get shit late. But I used to stay with Pops on the weekends. And Pops, you know, he used to play in a band, right? And the nigga loved music. So it's like a whole lot of just records, crates of records piled up, man. And, you know, you getting James Brown, you getting New Bird, Sly Stone, and all of that. So when I started catching them samples, you know what I'm saying? When everybody started, you know, when I started hearing all them samples and the music I recognized, man, that shit just kind of hit me. But if I had to pinpoint it, I got to say Slick Rick, man. I always felt like Rick was kind of ahead of his time. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he was different. I mean, you know, so I'm young, right? And this dude, I mean, he's spitting, he's funny with it. You know, it's just different. It was just a different type of hip hop for me, man. So, you know, that right there kind of just, it drew me in. It was a rap after that, man. And Rebel Without a Pause, Public Enemy, you know, that shit, I'm flipping that over left and right all day long, man. So yeah, I mean, that's where it started with me, man. From that point on, man, I knew, you know what, I got the right. Sharper than that blade, man. So yeah, and then once you fast forward to like that, I want to say that 92 to like maybe late 96 era, man. I mean, you got everybody from, you know, the Death Row doing what they doing. You got Wu, you got Nas, you know what I'm saying? You got guys that's coming through, Capone, Noriega. I mean, it's just, to me, that's my golden era of hip hop.
Yeah.
You know, I agree. You know what I'm saying? You know, me digging it.
Mid to late 90s.
Same Star, you know what I'm saying? Primo. you know, all the dope ass producers that was just on everybody record back then. You know,
Yeah.
Primo,
That era gave us Biggie. That era gave us Biggie.
Yeah, nah,
yeah.
Biggie,
You know what I'm saying?
but
So,
Mom,
that's the beat for me, man.
Mm-hmm.
There's one thing that
Introduce everybody again. Out of Late Rent Loud Music Studios. This is the Inner Bench Podcast on Built for This Network. I want to salute to the people in the chat room. I got J. Ron, I got Just Joe, Denise Milk and Cookies. I got my man Big Illinois RC, Teresa Rucker. I got my man EJ. He's in the building. Check him out on Collective Perspective tomorrow on YouTube. We dropping science hard over there. I got my man DJ Chuck. I think I said RC already out of Duluth, Minnesota. J. Ron from Canada. And I got my man from the West Coast, D-Gray. We should have had D-Gray on here. He can represent the West Coast. You know what, D-Gray, hit me on the phone if you want to come in, and I'll make room for you. Now, with me, hip hop, me, Trey Mack, and Biggs, we from the same area. Hip hop helped define me, man. Everybody on here is a music lover. You couldn't be a hip hop lover without being a music lover. But to be perfectly honest with you, I like sounds initially. And hip hop, like I think that was Rello who said he was listening to, no, it was Big Mo who was saying he was listening to the sounds that he knew and he was familiar with. I've always been into sound. So being into sounds, I never could grab hold to a niche. You listen to Stevie Wonder, that's my mama music. I'm listening to DeBarge, but that's my sisters and my brothers' music. I'm the youngest. And then by the time we hit the north side of 80, I'm 9, 10 years old, don't know nobody. I used to live up here 2 years ago before my grandma passed. I don't know nobody. I'm in a different situation. And I fuck around and hit a message. Game over. Because they talking to me. Because I live on Cedric Street. And in Cedric Street, hey, like EPMD, you looking around, see these white folks, they call it the lose. It's total chaos and mass confusion. You know, I go home, I bump into the dude who I found out is my cousin 25, 30 years later, Sean. Then I bump into Pat. He listening to the same thing. He introduced me to Biggs. Biggs introduced me to Tran. And Tran got this airbrush shit on. And I'm like, what the fuck is that? So I'm slowly developing. I still remember, Tran may not remember this. I still remember the first day I met Tran. Tran was playing a video game in Dominique's. He was flipping it, but he dressed in hip hop gear. I'm like, what the fuck does this thing look like the TV?
Yeah.
You know, so
that was me. I verify that right now.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And it's like, damn, this is our thing. You know, early, I ain't gonna front. I cannot front. Early, I knew this is our thing. You know, a lot of people can say a lot of shit like, oh man, see, it was this, that, and the third, and this is why you do this, and this is why you do that. Early in the game, I'm like Marcus. Everybody was Run DMC crazy. I was rocking through Fat Boys, man. I was going through Fat Boys so hard.
Oh, hell yeah.
Arguing with niggas
Fat Boy.
Huh?
Everybody rolled with the Fat Boys. The Fat
Boys.
Fat Boys,
everybody was loving running.
But it wasn't like that. It wasn't like that though. Like it wasn't like the way we received it. It wasn't like if you like Fat Boys, then you can't. Like, it ain't like, you know what I mean. It was
not
just,
like this shit now. Right. Not like this dumb shit now.
Different now.
Yeah. This dumb shit they doing now is crazy. But it was just like, I love Running D, but the Fat Boys look like hip hop to me.
Yeah.
People don't realize Run DMC was trying to look tough, but the Fat Boys look like Marcus. They look like they got on the shoes Tran got on. So I'm like, I need that. So that was always my thing. You know, music, you know, like people say, the music that raised you is the music you fall in love with. And that's why people like Big so pissed off at this whole situation where these kids are not identifying themselves as anything. They look across that pond and people with the cigarette pants, and then they going with the pants off the ass, not realizing, goddamn, the reason we wore baggy clothes is because it looked better when you was pennying and backspinning. Your clothes flared up so it looked like you was doing some extra shit. We weren't doing that so our ass would hang out. So, and I personally, this is something that like me, Rello, and Tran talked about on this other show. I think, and I've said this on my other shows, I think as a community, as a hip hop community, we failed these youngsters. So with that being said, I'm gonna run it right back. Biggs, Rello, Tran, what has hip hop done for you?
Who gonna dance first? Shit.
Mo,
I mean,
you. I'm gonna go with Big Mo first, and then I'm gonna go to Big, then I'm gonna go to Rello, then Tran. Go ahead, Mo, take over.
we're going
You say, what
clockwise.
has hip hop done for you?
Yeah, the feeling, the connections you made, the drive, whatever, or
I
just
mean,
made you feel good or gave you a purpose, whatever.
yeah, I mean, if I gotta answer that question, man, I mean, I feel like for me, I don't know, it just kind of made me more comfortable in my own skin, man. I mean, everybody, you know what I'm saying? It's relatable, like you said, man. I mean, it's an art form and a culture.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That I don't know. I mean, it just made me feel comfortable in my own skin, bro. I mean, for real, it helped me kind of just shape who I am. You know what I mean? I ain't gotta just kind of like you said that you had a certain genre of music or style of music that was for your sister or for your moms or for your aunt or whatnot. This shit is ours, bro. You know what I'm saying? And we just kind of took it and ran with it, and it felt good being a part of that. You know what I'm saying? Whether you was an artist or whatever out here on the mainstream level with it, you know what I'm saying, a breakdance or graffiti artist or some shit like that. I mean, just adopting that culture for myself, that shit it felt right. You did?
Hey, yo, man, for me, it kind of hip hop snapped me out of my nigga shit. You know what I mean? I was doing a whole lot of nigga shit. You know what I mean? Like it was a point in time, I was a fucking urban terrorist, man. I was gang banging and shit. You know what I mean? On some real shit. I mean, motherfuckers did what they did. I ain't gotta put the whole resume out there, but you can just kind of imagine the shit. You know what I mean? I come from that area and come from that time when niggas was doing what they was doing. But when it comes to the voice, hip hop is probably the biggest voice on the planet because it speaks for our people, and everybody trying to copy it or exploit it or do something to it. And it kind of snapped me out of my nigga shit, man. You know what I mean? When you hear certain MCs and you get that feel good music, or you hear certain beats and you get that feel good beats, or even if you an MC, everybody on here MC, y'all know how that stage feel. Y'all know how I feel to get on that motherfucker stage and something that you say can move a crowd, something that how you feel can move a crowd. So, it made me think that something was bigger than what I was doing. You know what I mean? Everything that we was doing, a lot of shit that we was doing, we was taught wrong. We was just as lost as these shorties now. But the only thing about it, we had real big homies. Big homie don't tell you to go do bullshit. Big homie tell you take your ass in the house. You know what I mean? Big homie tell you to go to school and do more and if that's your lane, if your lane is hip hop, or whether you're a DJ or you're a rapper or whatever the fuck it is, it becomes a voice, and then it becomes a feeling, and it becomes an embodiment. So it kind of snapped me out of my nigga shit because for a minute, I was just really on some nigga shit and I was just making excuses for it. But like I said earlier, all that revolutionary part in me, it was always a spark plug in that. So the more I dug into hip hop and the more I understood it and the more I studied it and the more I listened to the BDPs and the Just Ice and the more I started listening to the real motherfuckers, the more it started to have an impact on what I was doing. So I let it, besides all the shit that I study, man, I started to study hip hop like a class. You know what I mean? I started to study that shit like my life depended on it because it did at a moment. So that's what it did for me, man. It snapped me out of my niggerdom.
That's powerful.
Yeah.
Rello.
So that's interesting that he said that because it's done a lot for me. But I was raised in the nation of Yahweh as a shorty. You know what I mean? So I was already out of the nigga shit. You know what I'm saying? To a degree, the book we pass around and sell was called "You Are Not a Nigga." You know what I mean?
Mm.
But hip music has always been an outlet for me. And like you said, when I started hearing the different messages here and there in the music, it was kind of like a cooler outlet for what was going on from what I was being taught. Because as a kid, you don't really, you along for the ride. You know what I'm saying? Do you want to be doing this shit necessarily? Whatever your parents doing, not necessarily, but it coincided kind of because hip hop was kind of like an outlaw thing, not an outlaw, but like a outside thing, outside of the norm. You know what I mean? It was something, kind of like underground. It was like, oh, what the fuck are they saying? What they talking about? You know what I mean? So I had that going on in my household from my family. My family is looking at us like, yo, they weird or they doing some different shit. We don't understand what they doing. And hip hop was treated like that too, in most part by the older black community. You know what I mean? Like, what is that bullshit what is that jungle music? What are they, you know what I'm saying? So it was a lot of parallels there. So it was a natural like avenue for me to go into. But the biggest thing that hip hop has done for me, I should say, is it gave me a lifetime of experiences, man, that a lot of people can't say that they had. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like it put me in a small group of, no matter if I sold millions of records or not, I can say, man, I had a show at Brand Nubian at the Double Door. You know what I mean? I can say I had a show at Kendrick Lamar at the Shrine. I could say I had a show with the Clips at the Metro. I had a show with Common at the Metro. I had a show with Erykah Badu and EPMD at the Park West. You know what I mean? Like it was just and other things. Like took me places. I'm out in New York and somebody like, yo, shit, that you? Man, I know this song, but I didn't know that was you, man. Pleased to meet you. Running into I always mix them up. Who was the light skinned one in Buck and Steel?
Well,
Let's
who?
get on what?
Buck and Steel, Smith and Wesson.
Still.
Oh, that's General Tech.
Yeah.
Tech.
Light
Tech
skin
is the
one
light
is
skin with
yeah,
Steel's
yeah.
friend
So
of the show.
I'm getting down. He like, yo, that's your shit. It's like, yeah. It's like, who did that beat? Tone. Oh man, Tone Bangs my nigga. He calling his wife or talking to his wife like, hey, remember we was in Chicago? It's like different little things, man. I've been in places and experienced stuff that at the core of everything that hip hop is to me, that's what it was all about. When I was a little boy and I'm hearing it, and then when I get to the point where like, man, I want to rap. It took me to those places, man, and it still does to this day. Like that's the biggest thing that it did for me. If I can't just, I actually participated. You know what I mean? I participated, and it gave me a lifetime of experiences, man. That I got cool stories to tell my kids. You know what I mean? My grand,
Yeah.
like shit. So, but
Trey
it also
Mack.
gave me a
Oh, my
hold
fault.
on. It also gave me a way to express myself because I'm an Aquarius. Always been a little weird. You know what I mean? So it's like hip hop. Hip hop is really just about an expression. You know what I'm saying? Like a raw, natural expression. So yeah, you might come off across some type of way sometimes to some people, but it's a way to do it in a way a person is gonna be like, no, that shit cool. It might not be something I'm doing, but I like that's cool, man. I can see what you're doing. It kept me young. You know what I mean?
That's
That's dope. Trey Mack.
Man, for me, it really gave me a identity, man. And I knew who I was in fucking 7th grade. You know what I'm saying? Like that person I decided to be, like, you know what I mean? Like I told you when it came to, the suck MCs and how Run DMC carried, how they did their thing, because they was a little step up from Sugar Hill Gang, and them motherfuckers was wearing roach clip feathers on their fucking head. It was wild. You know what I'm saying? That shit was cool But like
Yeah.
you said, B, you know, your mom and your daddy, they got their music. Like that was almost like it wasn't fully our music. Like Run DMC was that okay, that's my music. You know what I'm saying? This but I love you know, them guys for setting it off and putting it there. They had the, you know, that was the spirit. I was with the spirit of it. I wasn't judging them at the time. That it was dope because you always saw costumes from when we came up. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, for me, it gave me fucking identity for who I like, the person I was, because I knew who I was. I decided to be a motherfucking b-boy. That was and I always tell people this, man. That was the first adult decision I made in my life. I was 14. And I'm dead serious.
Yeah, we in the same boat.
And I've been living like that. I stood on that. And look, what made it so cold was, you know, yeah, nigga got into the street shit, all that old bull, that gangbang shit. It was cool. I had status in that part too, right? You know what I'm saying? My shit was cold, so it didn't matter. You know, I was whooping ass doing whatever. But I'm just saying, even with gangbanging, that was never that could never describe who I am. That's something I do. I'm hip hop. I'm a b-boy. That was my first. Yeah. Even over this. These niggas sound stupid. What do you say? I'm in my own mind. I'm like, cause that's look for you, Big Mark, motherfuckers. You know, you had some OGs that led you in the way. My OGs was dope fiends and crackheads, dog, and the fucking the leaders of the gang. Okay, these are my and they talking crazy. I'm like, huh? These niggas sound stupid. This shit dumb in my mind. I ain't saying it because niggas try to. I'm like, no, but I'm like, man, what is this shit? This is ridiculous. And I did it because it was peer pressure. They turned us all out. It was about 8 of my guys. We all just young boys, and the motherfucker, we ended up at a fucking gang recruit meeting. I don't even know how that happened. And we there, all my guys there. I'm like, okay, cool, I'm with that too. But I was a Jesse White tumbler. I was a fucking hardcore b-boy, a break dancer, graffiti, right? Everything. That's what I was known for. So I already knew who I was coming in. Like motherfuckers my 50 years old, still searching for who they are. I'm 14, man. That's what it gave me direction. It gave me, I know who the fuck I am. You know, of course I'm gonna grow and evolve, right? I ain't a fucking caveman, you know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying that gave me my identity that I already knew I had, so I didn't have to I wasn't looking for that. And when somebody present to me, it's cool, but I ain't really on that shit like that. You know what I'm saying? I do it because like I ain't into it. I really wasn't into gangbang, and that was my fault that I let my guys peer pressure me into getting into the shit. But I always thought gangbang was cool too. So it was a double-edged sword. You know what I'm saying? But still getting into it, that gave me like that didn't let me. Them motherfuckers couldn't tell me what I could and couldn't do based on where I come from on some hip hop shit. If I feel I'm right, I would speak up. And yeah, I get a vibe. Motherfuckers punched me on my mouth a couple times, but that was worth it because I still stood on my shit. Right, you know, even showing the motherfuckers who really think they really hard, they won't say shit, but I say it. You know what I'm saying? That gave me the platform to speak out. And you know, you gotta always be the dopest, and you gotta let motherfuckers know. So that's it. Oh, nigga, you think you cold? I'm colder. That type of shit. That was always my attitude. So, you know, but again, it gave me structure and it gave me, you know, everything I needed, man. I love it. It gave me straight. I still live by it today because it works. Those rules.
Most definitely. Well, with me, it helped me fit in because again, right as this hip hop thing is taking off, I'm leaving my whole neighborhood on the west side, and I'm like, I'm hitting this north side. And again, I was up there a couple of years before. You know, in your mind, as a 10-year-old, you grown now. You know, I was 8 then. I was 7. What the fuck? I'm grown now. 10. You know, double digits in my age. But I'm meeting guys, and I'm thinking I'm gonna be the only dude who into this rap thing because hell, on the west side, I was the only dude into it. So I'm like, oh fuck, I don't know no motherfucker. It's hip, you know, motherfuckers ain't into my music. My mama telling me, it ain't even music, they just talking. So I get to meet my homies who are the homies to this day, and they with it. I meet my man Mike Terry. Hip hop made me a thief because me and Mike Terry used to go to the record store and steal. Then I'm stealing from Mike Terry. Little did he know, if we stole 8 records, okay, 4 for me, 4 for you, really 5 for me, Mike, because you don't know I kept this other one in my bag. So so. But it like y'all said, everybody said it. It gave me an identity. You know, I wasn't big on dancing. I had seen a couple guys on the west side of Chicago, the house music capital of the world. They doing this, they spinning. And I'm like, but I wonder if rapper could do that. So I'm standing there watching until the whole damn block party over. And I'm watching them breaking shit down. And now that's fascinating to me. And I gotta ride in the car with my mom's. Like, damn, I don't know nobody. Then I started meeting hip hop dudes. And then the Fat Boys show up. Then hell, the Skinny Boys, Run DMC, all these dudes, and it's like, this is what I am. And because, like my man Rello, my aunt Arvis, who I got to wait at her house, waiting on my mother to come get me, she a Hebrew Israelite. So it's everything is blackly black over there. My mom's and my pops are Black Panthers. So it's like super black. So 86, PE hit the scene, and that shit grabbed me like a fucking jacker. This is it. I found it. You know, I want to be a football player, but I'm gonna be the rappingest football player. I'm gonna be a football player with this hip hop shit. I want to be this, but I'm gonna be that with hip hop. Whatever it was like, hey, I want to holler at this girl, but she better like rap because I'm not fucking with it otherwise. You know, that was my life. Hip hop was my life. So yeah, man, it was just one of those things that it grabbed hold of me like almost an addiction. Because it got to the point at one point in my life, I wasn't listening to any other music but instruments and hip hop. So to me, it outside of stealing from the record stores, I think hip hop might have stopped me from being a white lord like Trent. Huh. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking at my buddies, they transitioned to this gang thing, but this hip hop thing is a motherfucker. And I'm like, what? I couldn't believe it, and it just took over my life. With that being said, I shot you the question already, Biggs. Holla at your boy.
Oh shit, man. How I feel about this new shit. Look, listen, man. I don't have a problem with evolution. Everything evolves, or everything is supposed to evolve. But that being said, that's why I have a problem. This new music is not evolution. It's untalented and it's whack. Period. It don't take a lot of brain cells to repeat yourself with your ass out. You know what I mean? I don't respect nothing about it. You know what I mean? And maybe we are a victim of our own mathematics. Maybe we have come back to 360, nigga, because remember, just like Trey Max said, remember the disco era. You know what I mean? Some of our rappers was fucking with that disco era because when you saw Africa Bambaataa, which is supposed to be some of our godfathers, they had on stretch pants and shit and psychedelic boots and all that bullshit.
Right, they was like wild as fuck. They was like George Clinton. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So maybe we have 360 back into that. So maybe we're a victim of our own mathematics. Because now these silly motherfuckers out here wearing their little sister pants and shit with their whole goddamn ass out and their ankles showing and all this whole bullshit. I don't respect no shit like that. That don't make me no old man and make me disgruntled. Am I a hater? Yeah. I hate dumb shit. And your ankles out is dumb shit. Your asshole out is dumb shit. Your motherfucking sorry ass music is dumb shit. It's dumb shit. I hate dumb shit, and I hate dumb niggas, and I hate little dirty ass dumb bitches, and I hate all that shit. These motherfuckers hoes, man. These motherfucking bras got a motherfucking the bitch got a fucking song out called Throat Baby.
Whoa.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I saw that.
I haven't heard the shit.
I saw that on the
I haven't heard the shit, but I heard motherfuckers talking about this motherfucker broad got this shit out called Throat Baby. Now, if that's all you're worth, get down. Sex sales, get down. I used to be a porn fan. I used to watch porn on the regular. Sex sells. But I don't want to hear that shit all the motherfucking time. And as being a grown-ass man, coming from the same area y'all came from, the same, in the 70s, motherfucker, we had more structure than them.
Yeah.
I got daughters, nigga. You know what I mean? Now, as raunchy as I am, I still know a level of respect. These motherfuckers ain't got no respect right now. They ain't got no respect in the streets. They ain't got no respect in the music. They ain't got nothing. Every motherfucking thing is turn up. Oh, look at me. I'm in the club and my ass is out and I fuck a bunch of bitches. I got 40 rings on. Come on, get the fuck out of here.
Hey,
get the fuck out of here.
Can I interject,
I don't respect none of these niggas.
Can I interject for 1 second, a Big Mark?
Yes, sir.
Like, they only gave them what we gave them to go on. That's what they that's what they got first. From that's where what B said earlier. Like we did to me. I feel like, at least for me, I failed the next generation because I was looking at motherfuckers like, you ain't really hip hop. But they some gangbanging niggas that looked up to me because I was hip hop and a gangbanger. Probably more because I was a gangbanger. But I kind of pushed the hip hop shit aside just to try to holler at them on some, at least I'm trying to guide them right. I ain't gonna just knock all ideas, but I already, we could debate. I could debate with the Chiefs on the shit I'm telling you about, but I'm just saying. But I go with the shit, but I always try to give them something. You know what I'm saying? The
Man, fuck them. Fuck them. Listen. Well, the reason why I'm saying that is that me personally, I pass information. I give out information. Now, see, if you stupid by default, then maybe somebody fail you. But if you stupid by choice, then fuck you. The information is out there. I found it.
Yeah.
I found it. I have mass structure in the house. Like I said, two of your brothers come from where I come from. Y'all know my crib. I have mass structure in the house. I pass on information. I don't leave no man stranded. I don't do that shit, but at the same motherfucking time, there's too many motherfuckers that say too much bullshit. Oh man, y'all motherfuckers is old, man. Man, y'all motherfuckers is haters. Don't nobody want to hear that shit. I don't need to know the history. If you don't know the history, you doing to repeat the shit. So you making a conscious choice to be a dumbass. I ain't got no motherfucking love for you. You making a conscious choice to be a fucking dumbass. Fuck you. You made a motherfucking choice to do that. You made a choice.
That was Marcus.
You know what I mean?
Let me interject. The reason I feel what you're saying, but the reason I disagree is this. As Tran stated, man, a lot of us traded in educating the young and creating that structure for dope money. And now, I've been saying this since I've been on air. If you were born between the years of 1959 and 1979, the way these kids acted, by and large, it's your fault. Now, we can pick out individuals, not me, but no, we're not talking about individuals. We're talking about as a community. We fail these young people because instead of like no matter how bad it got on Cedric, you Mr. White would grab you, Terry could grab you, and any other adult over there could grab you. A lot of us from that era don't just talk to the kids. What we do is, you're speaking out of frustration. I know you talk to kids, but a lot of us will look at these kids and say, look at his stupid ass. And that's all it is, and we'll keep walking.
Yeah.
So that frustration, I get it. But a lot of us, accepted our nephew selling dope, our niece cutting school. We see, not the name. I ain't gonna say no name. You see your niece walking down the street with King Vice Lord Jr. and you don't say nothing. You see your nephew with a slick car. He throw you a couple $100. You don't say, hey, what you doing?
Right.
Hey, you got a couple $100 to give me. I got you, A lot of us accepted that. A lot of our mothers was lazy and let our sons bring kilos and shit in their crib. And you got people cutting up. I have literally gone into somebody's crib and saw 9 blunts laid out on the cocktail table, and this cat's mama and grandmama was there.
I understand what you're talking about. You talk about the multitude. I agree with that, but that's why when I first kicked it off, I said personal.
No, I'm not. But see, I'm not excoriating you, brother. I'm just saying this is what led to the destruction of these young people's mind. Because if I go to one of my homeboys' crib, listen, and his mama and his grandmama there, but he got this much money in his pocket, and he paying all the bills. Well, really, how can you tell that dude you should get your shit together? Because his shit together,
like a motherfucker.
his shit was together. As a matter of fact, that day that chump gave me $1,500. So I can't kick that dude in his ass because I can't kick that dude in his ass. Now his son's a dumbass because he just did the 6, and because his jail sentence went from 3 to 5 to 6 to 30, and he been gone 22 years. And damn, now his son's a dumbass. His daughter got 4 kids by 7 niggas. You know what I'm saying? I can't get him like that. Shout out to Black Swan. Shout out to #1 Chief Rock Judge Barry Bill for this network. Salute. Anybody can retort to that, or we can go straight to Big Mo. Then we go straight to Rello, then Big Mo.
Go ahead, go with it.
The way I feel about I don't. You know what? Honestly, about hip hop today, for me, it's a gang of new niggas that I like. You know what I mean? Because I'm always able to compartmentalize a lot of things in life in general. You know what I'm saying? And I understand the entertainment factor from it, and I understand how it went wrong, or what we may deem as going wrong, and understanding that I once was in a position that these kids are in, from the older person saying like, man, look at these niggas. Look, they wearing these big baggy clothes, they wearing gym shoes, these hats, and this and that and the third. And I mean, because I get it, but I also understand I can't really put blame. I can't really have so much disdain for the new shit. Of course, a lot of it is trash. Don't get me wrong. A lot of it is just trash, but a lot of it is trash really because, and I know this is another question, but hip hop went commercial. It's no longer underground. You know what I mean? So the people that's controlling the flow is dictating what's being heard. But they basing it on what's being sold and what's the best way to capitalize on our return, get our return. You know what I mean? And it started from groups that we deem as legendary. NWA, Ghetto Boys. You know what I'm saying? Like, these niggas was making songs talking about a bitch is a bitch. True, they had other stuff that kind of countered it, you know what I mean? That's just as impactful. But at the end of the day, when I first heard NWA, it was like, yo, what the fuck are they talking about? I was a little kid. I'm glued to the speaker, like, man, they cursing like that. They talking dick, bitch. They making fuck skits. They doing all type of wild, crazy stuff, man. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, that's the blueprint. It skyrocketed after that. My stepfather used to always tell me that the black community got messed up when Eazy-E said, "I never leave the house without packing my gun," man. He saw the change. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's easy for us to look now and be like, man, these shorties, yeah, they may be dressing crazy. Yeah, they may be doing this. Yeah, they doing a lot of wrong shit. But you said something earlier about the 360. And it's funny that you said that term because now niggas is in 360 deals. That's a real math. That's a real number, man. Everything comes back around. You know what I'm saying?
Math don't lie. Mathematics don't lie.
Right. It never lie. The science and numbers, man. The universe is perfect. So I hear what you're saying, you know, and I agree with a lot of it. You know, I just not in that space where I feel like it's all bad. The bullshit, it's always been bullshit rap.
Yeah.
You know, but you kind of, I mean, but it was, you know, it was newer, you know, so, you know, it's like, you'll get through that shit. Ice Cube was making records, whole albums dissing niggas. Talking about they pop, they commercial, they done crossed over. You want to be white, all that, you know what I'm saying? Dissing MC Hammer because he making all this money, you know what I'm saying? He a sellout, but MC Hammer ain't never made no songs about shooting no nigga. Not one time. He ain't never made no songs about selling drugs. How was he a sellout?
Yeah.
Because he had.
You see what I'm
saying?
But you know,
why
he said that.
Well, I thought he wanted to sell out, but he was whack.
Yeah, he was whack as hell. Like I said, I like motherfuckers. Like I said, man, I like the J. Cole's and I like the Chris Rivers.
I like
Locksmith, all that shit.
You hate J. Cole.
I like Benny. I like Benny the Butcher.
You know, so when I say
Payne, it's some cold.
Shadow Prince. When I say I hate motherfuckers, man, it's just like the same thing we talking about. The multitude is whack. The majority is whack because that's all we hearing. They whack. They talented.
But they
have a terrible talent level, man.
One at a time. We want to get this guy.
But the real ones always rise to the top.
Yeah.
Always. Who's at the top of the game when it comes to the young boys? Drake, Kendrick Lamar, J. Cole, Little Baby. You got people like the Baby, but he's starting to fall off on that other side.
NBA young boy.
Yeah, but he's talking that murder, kill shit.
Right, but I'm saying with the kid, I'm talking about with what's happening. I ain't just talking about what you saying right now. 100%. I'm just saying I got a 15-year-old. He love that dumbass shit.
Yeah, but what I'm saying,
bro, hold on.
We both in agreement on that end because it's a spectrum. You see what I'm saying?
It definitely is.
So,
it definitely is.
But NBA Young, as popular as he is, he's not considered a top MC. He's just popular. I'm talking about the top MCs. They always still rise to the top.
I feel like this though. I mean, but we'll take a lot of shots at these artists and shit, these young niggas. But the beautiful thing about our era of hip hop was the diversity. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we had a lot of that. You had I'm from Carolina. I ain't know shit about New York. I ain't know shit about California. Ain't know nothing about Houston. Ain't know nothing about Florida. Hip hop made the world smaller for me. You know what I'm saying? And one of the things that made that shit diverse was the producers. All of these producers today sound just alike. They all sound alike. So as an artist, I mean, how far are you able to go if all this shit sound the same? You know what I'm saying? I don't care what camp you from. I don't care who you are as an artist. I mean, if the music sounds the same, it's like we just getting the same shit over and over again. And a lot of these kids, believe it or not, the records that they put out, like my man said, I mean, you got to think about who control the shit too. You know, what they really gonna put out there. Some of these cats actually do have skills, but you would never hear that shit in none of their mainstream music because that's what's not being presented out there. The good thing about today's hip hop is this whole independent movement that's going on where everybody just kind of making their own shit pop. And hopefully as that develops, I mean, we'll start seeing more diversity. You know what I'm saying? More creativity. But right now, man, don't nobody want to hear that shit. That shit ain't going to sell. It's not going to sell. I mean, I got a 21-year-old, I got a 19-year-old. Both of them grew up in my house, and they came up the same way I did with the music. They getting a heavy dose of all kind of shit. You know what I'm saying? I mean, my playlist is a wide range of shit. You might hear me listen to some rock. You might hear me listen to some old soul. And my man say some damn OJ, Stairway to Heaven or some shit.
You know what I'm saying? Me too.
and they both of them, you know what I'm saying, deal with music. But I mean, you know, they all their friends and shit. I mean, they gonna dabble in the shit that we hear now, the bullshit, you know, shit like that. But I mean, we gotta start making sure that we point that blame in the right direction, you know, and that shit gotta be shared. And these producers, I mean, gotta get more creative, man. Ain't no bands no more. They got no musicians in the studio and shit with most of these artists. Ain't no guitars or no keys or no drum sets and nothing like that. These niggas got laptops and mics.
Yeah.
Right.
With that being said, we've talked about what we don't like. I want Biggs to take the mic, so to speak, and let us know where you think it went wrong. Rello tapped on it a bit with, because Rello 8 years younger than us, so that was his entry point into bullshit. His entry point, and think about that. Rello's introduction to hip hop almost coincides with the bullshit. So, Biggs, where do you think it went wrong?
I think it went wrong when it went corporate. You know what I mean? When it was underground and we was doing it for a purpose and it was ours, it was always somebody fresh coming out. Even if you was a street dude, if you was listening to Brand Nubian, because I was one of the cats that listened to Brand Nubian because I love their message and I understood the mathematics. But I also was a Mobb Deep listen to motherfucker because I understood where they was coming from too. But it was just, it was a different message, but one way or another, it was a message. But when that money started to come and when they start getting these $1 million deals and niggas start to get soft and the motherfucking, the record labels and corporate start telling you this is how you hide the sound. You know, you got to sound like this in order to sell this. And motherfuckers start worried about record sales because earlier it was just about how the music made you feel and what you wanted to say. You know what I mean? How you want to get it out. But now it's man, you want to make this dough. You know what I mean? You got to make this money. You know, the structure was destroyed by these crackers, man. These crackers do every motherfucking thing they can do to destroy us, man. And we don't see it because we don't see it because, you know, the program is so thick in us, man. That's what I believe. You know, the program is so thick in us, it goes from the way we dress to how we spend money to how we speak to how we treat our women to how we rhyme to how we do all that bullshit. You know what I mean? I used to love NWA because fuck the police needed to be said. But I agree with my brother right there. They was talking some murder, death, kill shit with that bitches and bitch shit. And I was conflicted. You know, because I'm not gonna put a skirt on a pig and call this motherfucker a princess. Some bitches out there are bitches. But when they said it, it was conflicted because I wouldn't call my sister no bitch, you know what I mean? So a bitch is a bitch and all this shit or whatever, man. It was just wild for the moment, but I ain't trying to digress off the situation, man. I think it came to a corporate situation, man. I think that's where we got lost at. When motherfuckers start putting their money in there and we start to let them control the music. Oh, no, you can't do this. You got to sound like this. You got to be the next Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne is what's popping right now, so you got to be the next Lil Wayne. You know, shit like that. I think that's where we fucked up at. And we didn't fight to take control of it. But a motherfucker who ain't got no money, man, and get that $100,000 deal, like he said, a 360 bullshit ass deal where you got to pay that shit back. You know, they present you with a couple of cars, some big chains in the house that you got to pay for eventually, and you ain't never had shit. You know what I mean? Automatically, you're gonna jump in the shark waters, and they start to do that shit with everybody. You know what I mean? So it became fashionable to just kind of jump into them waters, and I think that's where hip hop really fucked up at.
I think my man hit it on the head when he said we didn't protect it, because hip hop came together. That shit was just so organic. You know what I'm saying? It was just natural. And I don't know if we really knew what we had. You know what I'm saying? In the beginning. You know what I'm saying? in order to be able to protect it like we need to. I mean, this shit right here is the biggest genre of music on the planet, the biggest culture on the planet. You know what I'm saying? Influence everything. I don't give a fuck what you doing. You know, whatever you watch on TV, whatever you see in pop culture. I mean, that shit flooded with hip hop. And I just don't know if we, in the beginning, were able to just really just take it and claim it and protect that shit. You know what I'm saying? We know it's out. You know, but I mean, shit, look who running this shit now. So, I mean, for me, it's that simple. I'm not sure if we knew exactly what we had and how to protect it. And the shit just ended up where it is now, you know?
Y'all remember when Public Enemy had Fight the Powwow? We motherfuckers was going bananas.
Yeah.
We had a surge. And that's one thing about black folks, man. We'll get a surge. We'll get a surge. You know what I'm saying? We'll get a speaker or somebody who'll speak for us. And we'll lose that shit because they'll murder it or they'll take it from us. You know what I mean? And then we'll sit back on our hands till the next one come. Everybody's scared to be a leader.
Our leaders get
our leaders get murdered, no doubt. But you know,
Nipsey Hussle, that's that type of shit. Next Jay-Z, they cut that shit off early.
Yeah. But I always was taught as a man, you have to love something so much that you're willing to die for or you're willing to kill for.
True.
You know what I mean? So
but in Africa,
even metaphorically, even if it's not in the physical essence, like your kids, you know, like your wife or your moms or some shit like that, if it's not in the physical essence, where do your mind go where you feel like you'll put yourself in front of that bullet, like a Malcolm X? You know, Malcolm X was in front of that bullet. You know, so sometimes, and I'm not saying maybe a motherfucker should do it for hip hop, but why not? You know what I mean? Why not?
Yeah. Rello?
Well, I mean, we are pretty much in agreement on this, you know, but it went bad, like I said earlier, you know, by it going corporate and being out of our control. And first of all, black music has never really been so much in our control. Berry Gordy is a unicorn in that sense. But to this, I want to say to this country, but I really mean to the world, but I'm just going to say to this country because we all know what it is. The biggest commodity this country has ever had has always been the African.
Yes, sir.
We are their biggest commodity. It's what fucking hell they gonna let us control everything we do. We dictate. We created culture. Period. We especially when it comes to this country. This country didn't have any culture. I don't want to say that, but of course the Indians.
You're right.
Of course the natives were here. They had their own thing. Of course that. But we talking about America, the United States.
Criminal enterprise called America.
Right. The culture that started here started with the Negro spiritual. And that branched off into a million of things. We the salt of the earth, literally. So we're like gold. We're like oil. Like you can't really get it, but we better than gold and oil because you can always reproduce it. You know what I'm saying? We can always reproduce it. We can always find the next thing that the black people are doing. The influence of our influence is in everything on this motherfucking country, man. And now, because America is the richest country, it's on every face of the earth, of every place on the earth. That's our influence. We're something different, even though we come from Africa. But some of us were already here, in my opinion, of what I believe and what I know. But something about us is different. Period. We affect and control everything. And yeah, they're going to use that and control that and market that and bottle it up and sell it all the time. You know what I'm saying? So right now we talking about hip hop, right?
Right.
That's what 100 years from now it's gonna be something totally different. You don't even know what.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something totally different that we can't even imagine yet. You know what I'm saying? We can't even imagine it yet. That's how crazy we are. That's how gifted we are. That's how beautiful we are as a people, as a nation. And that's when it went wrong, because we still so vulnerable here, because yeah, you might have a person like Berry Gordy, you may have a person like Puff, you may have a person like Hove, you may have a person like Eazy-E, Dre, but it's still so easy to put that motherfucking slice between us. You know what I'm saying? Because they control so much of everything still. So it's easy to put that little mark. It's like, nah, yeah, I heard y'all doing this over here. Yeah, I can help you with that, but I'm gonna need you to do this, that, and the third. And then it trickles down. So now you got motherfuckers. I watched, I think it was Drink Champs, and Saigon was on there. He told the story about how he went into the record label. He had a whole album about, talking about uplifting the youth, the community, and no nigga shit, no hood shit. He just talking straight positive shit. He said the lady told him, look, man, you can do that shit when you sell some records first, man. Get the fuck out of here. We're not do that. Oh, you can save children on your own time, nigga. Here, we need you to make this type of song, and this type of song. Or we not putting you out.
That's crazy, man.
That's when it went wrong, when we allowed these people, even though I know it's hard, but it's like you said, you got to be willing to fight for something, die for something. When we allow motherfuckers to control our culture, you can't go to Mexico and say I'm finna open up a motherfucking meringue, whatever the fuck they listen to.
Merengue.
Merengue.
El Norte music label. You can't go to Puerto Rico. You can't go to San Juan and say, yo, I'm about to open up a salsa record label.
All right.
Get the fuck out of here, man. You're not even black. I mean, you're not even Puerto Rican. Like, damn, we're the same color. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how crazy it is. Like, you can't do that. We the only culture that motherfuckers can we don't have control of it, man. Period.
That's my word.
That's what I gotta say.
That's my word. We the only motherfuckers who fold. We the only motherfucker. We'll talk 1,000 pounds to a nigga that's fucking your baby mama, and you married. You married, and your baby mama is fucking a nigga, and you will want to beat the brakes off this nigga. But a white motherfucker will come and clearly do you dirty, and you'll find a reason why you don't want to fuck this nigga. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck he the police. I don't give a fuck if he the police. You will kill a baby mama fucker. But a police motherfucker stomp your goddamn lips in, and you will find a reason why you won't fight this nigga back.
Yeah.
Oh man, I ain't fight this nigga back. He the police. But some motherfucker put their little nasty ass pepper in your baby mama, you want to murder this nigga. And you married. And you got a whole other bitch on, you got a whole other broad, man. And you married. That's how fucked up our mindset is, man.
Right. We with Jamaicans, I go to Jamaica and try to set up a Jamaican reggae record label in Jamaica, man.
They kick your ass like, no, Bumbleclot. You can't do this here. You can't do this here. Right, we the only motherfucker that'll be like, oh, you got enough money? We used to do it, master.
Yeah.
We'll do it.
They don't give a fuck how much money you got. They be like, okay, cool, you can invest, but you not finna know, nigga. You
Yeah, man.
Okay, so what was the question again? Where did hip hop go wrong?
Yeah.
That was the question?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, so for me, it's when the powers that be found out how powerful the vehicle was, when motherfuckers started coming out again. Somebody already talked about it. When we was young, hey, look, I didn't get I didn't hear nothing about Malcolm X in high school and grammar school, none of that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like the shit that I was being informed of by hip hop was shit I wasn't even taught in school for however many years I had went through school. I'm like, what? You know, proud to be black, y'all. I'm talking about these motherfuckers gave us. We saw, look, motherfuckers wearing African medallions, bro.
Hell
Religiously.
yeah.
Like, yeah, I gotta get me one or two. Green, you know, we got back into we connected back to, you know what I'm saying? We was connecting back to ancestry through hip hop. You know what I'm saying? That it came like motherfuckers wearing Malcolm X hats in 89, 88. You know what I'm saying? Spike Lee, like, I mean, we just, man, that part, you know what I'm saying? That brought us, like, hip hop brought me that. You know, my philosophy, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, and then like the 5% nation and all that shit, you know, knowledge of self. Like that shit helped us as a whole generation grow from, you know, that was radical music at the time. Just this because we was on that shit. We started finding out about who he was. Motherfucker Stetson Sonic, AFRICK. They had a song called Africa and told you about every fucking country within the continent. The whole rap, that's what they was telling you about. Like, but that's the shit we got into our own, like, okay, it's about us. You know what I mean? Like, that's what, when them crackers figured out, oh my gosh, hold up, we got to cut. Now, okay, this is the message they give you. We have to and see, that's why, and I ain't gonna give NWA the bad rap because they had a radical message as well. What they was, but what they got, like, you know, the people turned them into demon. You know what I'm saying? They was talking about fuck the system. Okay, so you can never take that away. Okay, fuck the police is powerful and that will stand for the rest of the time, no matter if it's no niggas on this motherfucker, it's all white people. When them police beating the shit out them other white people, they gonna be like, fuck the police. Okay? That's universal. That's universal. So I ain't tripping on that. But what I'm saying is once the white people saw the power that the platform that hip hop had, and they was feeding us the good shit up, you know, bringing us up, getting us onto another level of fucking thought. You know what I'm saying? That's the real part of it, at least for me, because I lived through it, and it brought me from a whole. I'm like, oh my god! Like I said, I was wearing Africa medallions on my neck, and I would buy one if the other one started looking funny. And that was what I was rocking. Like, it was, you got into your history and yourself. I'm proud to be black, y'all. And that's a fact. Like, motherfuckers got into, like, it was like fucking self-love. Like, oh my gosh. You know what I'm saying? That was for our generation. And see, that's what carried me over. That's where it go back to the gang shit. Because that's what carried me over, that part of it. Even when I was thinking it, I still had hip-hop to on some moral shit, how you should be, and what you know, they fed us information. And once them people saw how much power hip hop had and the words, they had to say, all right, well, we gotta craft the messages. Now we have to craft them. Like at our time, we was talking about selling drugs. Now they the ones that's doing drugs and selling. Which one you doing? You can't survive like that. You can't be a drug dealer sniffing coke and selling it. You're gonna fall off. You know what I'm saying? It's just gonna happen. It's just gonna happen. Don't ask me how. It's just gonna happen. I bet you. You know what I mean? So it don't even matter. But I'm just saying, once they found out, okay, well, they got a message and we can't control. You know, they was just getting the money. They saw how much money they was getting, but they realized all the people that was educating, like Marcus said, all, you know, from Tribe Called Quest to Brand Nubians to Poe Righteous Teachers to X Clan to like we had to the Coop to I mean we had so many motherfuckers just giving us to Paris. Straight radical ass. Oh my God.
Gangsta.
Right.
Gangsta, King.
But they
King Son.
they couldn't control it. That's what they thought was hot. They wasn't even listening. They was just putting it out. And then when they start listening, they like, oh my gosh. We gotta find the worst message and craft it to like, cause now what we was preaching now, the drugs we was selling in motherfucking 90s got the babies right now and the motherfucking grown motherfuckers right now addicted, right? It's the same cycle. We contributed to that shit, right? But that's what the people, the powers that be, they use that message, and that's how you got to sound like this. You got to talk like really, hey, and on the sneak, Slim Shady. All these motherfuckers is Slim Shady. They all pop pills. They don't give a fuck. They want to kill. They said like everything about he put it out there, and then niggas adapted to that shit. That's how far I'm gonna go with it. You know what I'm saying? They presented, you know, and yeah, he went. Wayne came behind that. Wayne was a part of that lean popping like this. They whole fucking thing.
Yeah, but the white boy kicked it off.
He did.
Yeah.
And then you know what? We accepted him. Oh, he's just so crazy ass white boy. He say any fucking thing.
I never accepted that motherfucker.
No, me either. He was shock value. He was good though, because he's like I always consider him the Howard Stern of rap. Just say the craziest shit. Oh my God, I can't believe he said that. You know what I'm saying? But he'll do anything. He got the worst songs ever, man. Go listen to some of his shit. He got some dumbass titles, some dumbass baby. What? No nigga could survive ever dropping no shit like that.
I was just about to say that. If that would have been a brother saying the same
one time. We give you one time.
We out of here.
Your next slip. Get out.
Yeah.
We accepted so much shit from him. Oh my gosh.
Hey, shit, we love our mama so much. Even when our mamas do wrong in our eyes, we love her so much. We couldn't say no shit like that shit that he was saying about his mama, man.
Never.
Even in the joking way, nigga. I wouldn't even joke like that about my mama.
That's a bridge too far, bro. That's a bridge.
Yeah.
And that's what I said. A nigga do that, he is canceled for life. Motherfucker would probably try to kill his ass.
Yeah, he's
you went too far, nigga. You can come my street up the whole front row at a funeral, but you ain't gonna say shit about a nigga mama, man. Stop killing your own.
Yeah, man.
What? No, not that. But either way, they put him in there, and we accepted him, and he crossed every line possible. And then that's what these moms living on right now, man. I'm telling you, they all was like Slim Shady. They just this crazy dope. This oh my God. And Lil Wayne mixed the two of them, but he opened the fucking floodgates. Like when that came, that was now it's like a light bulb flashing. That's when it was when Slim Shady hit the scene.
I hate Lil Wayne, man. Lil Wayne looked like a wet sick chicken, man.
Oh my gosh, man!
That motherfucker like a wet sick chicken. He looked like a small chicken that fell in water, man.
Yeah, you can't.
Like a wet sick chicken. I hate that nigga, man.
You can't reason with a motherfucker like that, man.
I have to disagree.
Yeah, man.
Wayne is a fish.
Let me take it from here. But with me, I agree with everybody. But what y'all kind of touched on my point. This is the thing with me. Yeah, history has always been my get down. No matter what it is, it always ties into history. The biggest problem with our community, because at the end of the day, that's what we talked about. We talked about we create something, somebody come along and strip us of it, they rape us, and then we create something else. That's what Rella was saying. Marcus is saying there's no focus and things of that nature. Everybody was saying the same thing. Eminem come in, put some poison in the water, and now we fuck, right? How about this though? The dudes at Motown, the dudes at the Philadelphia Sound, the dudes at Parliament, James Brown, they the reason hip hop fucked up. because all of them dudes got fucked in the music business. When the Motown sound bubbled, Barry Gordy, he was giving out standard contracts. To me, a standard contract is a rate. We can debate it, but it's a rate, because why would you do me like the white boy did you? That's the purpose of you starting a record label, so we won't get fucked. So you gonna give me the contract the white boys gave a little richer than those dudes, which is wrong in itself, but that's a whole nother conversation. Like my mom's, when I mentioned my mom's earlier, right? I turn that bullshit off. They just talking. That ain't even music. But after a while, my mama found songs that she liked, right? So if my mother, who's not the lead, head of a record label, is not a mogul or anything, she's not a music industry tycoon or anything, why could my mama identify, oh, this will be around? Barry Gordy knew that. Slash Stone, well, not Slash Stone, no disrespect to the elder, but Clinton knew that. The Philadelphia sound guys, Philadelphia International, and all the other black labels throughout the diaspora. For my man in out west, I can't think his name. So it seems to me,
George Daniels,
that in the midst of this, Rello. Oh, it seems to me in the midst of that madness, those brothers should have stepped up and said, this is just like rock and roll. This is just like soul. This is just like R&B. And they supposed to pan-fed them brothers information so it wouldn't get to that. Because guess what? Right in the midst of that motherfucking Motown and that 70s sound, that Philadelphia International sound, guess who showed up? The Rolling Stones, the Average White Band, and then they turned it into disco. And then kaput. And then Tina Marie slid right on in with Rick James. And then that sound kaput. And just like y'all said, we had our thing going, and then they let this white boy slide in with this destruction of your family, hating of your parents, and things of that nature. And what happened? It ain't gone kaput, but hip-hop got a real bad knee right now. And that's all it really is. It's a bad knee. But in my personal opinion, the problem in our community is, and the ancestors will whoop our ass, will continue to whoop our ass for this. We don't ever see the mistake in the past and learn from it and move forward. We see the mistake in the past, it hurt us, and then we say, because we're so magnificent, we say, don't worry about it, we'll get it right next time. But how many times must we get kicked in the ass before we say, no? Because this is the entry point of right now, is what we're witnessing is the fact that we can change this right now. But we have to want to, because we can make things pop without them. This is for the first time in entertainment, in regards to music at least, we can make things hot and we don't need anybody else. You can retort, or I'm gonna go to Big Mo.
I got to retort. One thing that I think that we kind of forget about the music business, because we hear the word the music business, how gangster the music business is. When I say gangster, I'm talking about vicious. Motherfuckers get murked, threats, all type of strong, because there's so much money being made. It's not so walking in there with a fucking contract and paperwork and saying, hey, this is what we want to do, and I think y'all wrong for doing this in XYZ, so we gonna do A, B, and C. Hell no, man. It's too much money being made. They not how like a Barry Gordy is, or the Philadelphia sound was, it's still such a small player in the scheme of operation. You see what I'm saying? I could be wrong in the sense of them being, I'm not trying to portray them as being weak people, but the tactics,
No, I get you.
But the tactics played that shit goes into a whole nother level that I think people don't really take into account. So you put in a position to where like, hey, do I take care of my family, my legacy, my business, and my shit, or do I sacrifice everybody fucking? You know what I'm saying? Not saying that they made the right choice, but we haven't been in those rooms, in those positions to understand that motherfucking levity of the situation.
No. But what I'm
real gangster.
You're right, hey Rello, you're right on the grand scheme. But what I'm saying is this: when you Dr. Dre,
she just left. Went to a girl's meeting.
When you Dr. Dre, come to you. When you are as you get big, one of these big acts and say, hey, these are the pitfalls of this situation. This is what you're gonna do. Instead, right around the time you enter hip hop, Rello, the whole R&B industry told hip hop they pulled down their pants and grabbed hip hop back of their head and shoved them in their ass. Because they was like, that's some bullshit. This some bullshit ain't gonna be around. Instead of saying this could potentially be the new thing, allow me to educate you, young brother. I'm not saying that black guys could have took over the get down, but I'm saying when if I'm James Brown, if I'm Isaac Hayes, and Biggs, you or Tran or Mo come to me and y'all reach out for a sample clearance, I'm gonna say, let me holler at you though.
Yeah.
Come on over here, let me talk to you.
But guess who got a sample? Who cleared it?
Be ready for it. Huh?
And guess who got it? You see what I'm saying? Like it's all a fucking. It's an onion, man. And you just pull it back differently.
But see, what I'm saying is, there's certain things to this podcast game that Big Mo know that I don't, and vice versa. That's why me and Big Mo communicate, and so forth and so on. My man BS3, and any other body, any other.
Listen, I'll be right back.
Okay,
I'm listening.
So that's what I'm saying. We dealing with this thing, and we don't reach out to help each other. And I believe that contributes. That is the big, from my point of view, the lack of information being shared is the biggest hole in the entire music. Well, the biggest hole in hip hop, because if I bubble, there's no way in hell. If I would have blew up with some bullshit on Centric Street, I would have called Marcus and Tran. I'd have took my ass over to North Park, and I'd have took my ass over to Cleveland. And I'd have said, this what time it is. By and large, the music industry, they let people fuck each other. Why is Puff Daddy still using the same contract that Clive Davis is using? Why was Barry Gordy using the same contract that Clive Davis is using? So are you telling me that George Clinton, who just got his damn master's, 18 months ago, this motherfucker couldn't have talked to this hip hop community that's using all his music and say, hey, I'm fighting right now. In the event that y'all bubble like me, this is what you have to look out for. By and large, they didn't do that, so here we are.
Word on the street, Clinton was raped too.
That's part of the problem.
Yeah.
You know, this is what happens throughout the diaspora. We have been oppressed so long that we start to behave and conduct ourselves like the oppressor versus freeing our brothers and sisters. We need to be Uncle Tom in the true sense of it. I'm going to let Rello get off the plantation. Yo, Rello, I don't know. Okay, so I'm going to jump, beat his ass. Well, That's Marcus. Y'all better get that ass whooping machine together because I'm not telling no Mo and Tran either. Instead, we go, shit, Mo, Tran, y'all got to get y'all ass whooped too. And that, to me, that's what the problem is. Because if I take this L, think about it like this. If I help Mo get away and Mo turns into Dr. Dre, I help Marcus get away, he turns into KRS-One. You and Tran turn into Mobb Deep. Y'all, in accordance to our memory, should come back and get us. Because this, look, we've been fractured for a long time. What is the fracture? It's the dismember. If you remember together, now you present some original, this thing in its original form, you re-present it to your folks. Yep. Anybody agree, disagree, want to chime in? If not, Mo got the flow.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, that's why you see a whole this big ass independent wave going on, man, because of them bullshit contracts. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I mean, I don't know nothing about the record industry like that. I don't even understand this whole independent movement 100%. But I mean, you know, somebody was told that, hey, these contracts is fucked up. The way they do business it ain't right. Shit, we can do it ourselves. You know what I'm saying? We got everything we need to get it done. You know, if we got a little bit of bread, fucking run with it.
The internet is changing the dynamics of everything. Because the whole world is in the palm of your hands now. And that, not even to a degree, that's part of what lends to the whole, what we hear. It's so easy to produce music now.
Right.
You don't have to go to a studio and spend X amount of dollars to make a song and then have to take that and shop it around for somebody and hopefully get it heard. You can record the shit in your closet in your bedroom or the hotel.
Yep. On your motherfucking phone.
Do a quick
mix up, Mo. I got to get this line.
Okay.
After Rello.
Do a quick mix on it and then upload it to the internet.
No, that's real. That's
smart. He was talking about
and plus niggas ain't shit.
Then put it on SoundCloud, put it on Instagram, TikTok, whatever. You fuck that. You can go straight to Apple. You could go straight to the DSPs and put your music on there immediately, man.
Yeah. No matter what.
You don't need to go to a record label. You don't need to look for an A&R. You don't need to look for a producer.
They changed the game, and that right there kind of go back to when we was,
you can find free beats on YouTube.
Hell yeah. Tell them motherfuckers.
Everybody can be an artist. That's why we got some of the bullshit rappers out here. Everybody can do that. You don't need permission to put your shit out to the world.
But it's also a good thing. There's always a calm before the storm. You know what I'm saying? So now we at a crossroad where we seeing a lot of shit that we've never really seen before. We living in the future. You know what I mean? So now, yeah, it's so accessible and it's easy to get out there to the consumer, but that's gonna change. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna change because, well, in the sense of the fucking, because now everybody got some type of information. But now, yeah, access and information is now it's like, well, what I need a record label for? For instance,
you think they're gonna start policing that shit?
Well, they're gonna do that, but I'm talking about just in general, as far as like the freedom that you can get from the record companies themselves. You see what I'm saying? But they still, it's all, fam. Let me touch the first part. The freedom in the sense of, you know what? You got somebody to say, you know what? I want to make this type of music. It ain't this bullshit. Shorty still make good music. And they still put it out there. Now you don't have to worry about these bad deals necessarily because it's kids out here making a living and being comfortable with just finding new ways to get the music to the consumer on their own without going through a record label.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a living.
Right.
Yeah,
But
maybe they should.
you still have to put it on these large DSPs.
Yeah, get it out there.
You still have to do that. And guess what? They not gonna just let you just have free roam on the music businesses. Everything is gonna always change. Once you find a avenue to exploit, they're gonna say, oh, they exploiting this avenue. Okay, then we finna do this now.
How you regulate that though when everybody making money? You know what I'm saying?
Hey, powers that be regulate that shit.
Yeah.
And make it harder to get access to that way of getting that money. You know what I'm saying?
It's like hustling.
That's what they're gonna do. Yeah,
it's like hustling. You're gonna always have to find a new lick.
But see, here's the thing. The new lick, again, we have to always remember what has happened in the past. See, we look at these things as flashpoints. This is the ancestors telling us this is what you can do. When I say music business in the 80s, we don't think about what went on in the 80s. We just think about our music. We don't look at the business. You know what happened in the 80s? Michael Jackson and Prince turned the music business on their ass. The music business realized, hold it, Michael Jackson and Prince, the two biggest stars, Michael Jackson, Prince, and Madonna, the three biggest stars in the 80s. What we need to do is hurry up and lock them down before they try to become Berry Gordy.
Yeah.
Prince peeped game. Michael Jackson said, oh, he peeped game too because he started buying masters. Madonna just was a mega star. I'm white. I got the complexion for the protection. But you know what Prince said? I'm not finna be Berry Gordy, or I'm not finna be Michael Jackson. Oh, y'all got $100 million for me? Before $100 million was a real number? Cool. 10 albums, $100 million. I have what you want. I need y'all to put these out 10 at a time. And they said, no. Give us our money back. He said, no. You asked me for 10 albums and for 10 years. And Prince gave it to him. Prince turned around and said, I want my name. And they said, nope, we're not giving you that. And you know what Prince did? What Prince did was change his name and distribute music through that name on his website. This was before the internet was a thing. So instead of going through Apple, instead of going through Spotify, instead of going through all these gigantic avenues, what the young people should be doing right now is looking at Prince's blueprint and saying, I need you to come to Biggs.com and get my new joint. If 10,000 people buy at $10 a pop, you know what? We ain't got to go back to Prince. Guess what we got to go back to? We got to go back 8 years. Guess who did that? Your brother by the name of Nipsey Hussle sold 10,000 CDs for $100 a piece. We keep asking. It's
hard, but those are like
no. But see, that's why we live on a plantation, because we think our greatness is an enigma. You might not be able to sell 10,000 CDs at X, Y, and Z, but you know what you can do? You can sell enough CDs to be more comfortable than you ever assumed being.
That's not what I'm saying. How many times is somebody gonna be able to sell that many CDs at $100 a piece? That was a niche thing. Niche meaning it's not gonna be
that's exactly what I just said. We keep thinking we have to sell 100,000 at $100. What if you sold 5,000 at $10? You have just made more than you.
That was done already before. That was done already before. We forget about Master P and Birdman. Master P did that. Cash.
No. Why did people stop doing it?
Because the corporate got involved.
Yeah, because the people get like, hey,
so why would you involve corporate?
Because
why would you involve corporate in something
hard? Once you start making money on that level, the purpose of a business is to always grow it. So if I'm making 100,000 just selling out the trunk, and somebody come to me and say, okay, cool, you making 100,000 out the trunk, I give you $1 million. Guess what them niggas is gonna do?
Sell that shit.
And you know what you're supposed to do as an intelligent businessman? If you can give me $1 million for some shit that I only did 10% of, what can I do on my own? How many times must your uncle, your daddy, your mother, your aunts get fucked before you realize don't lay down with the devil?
But how many people gonna want to wait around to see what they can make versus what they gonna have right in their face? I'm just being real.
That's cool. Okay, you're right. You're right. Well, then take that hot dick in your ass and sleeping baby oil. Don't complain. Either walk to the million or get raped.
I don't agree.
But
that's
what
that
niggas
part.
do though. That's what niggas do though.
No, I know what they do, but don't tell me this is wrong. You're doing me wrong. You're doing me wrong. But you don't have the intestinal fortitude to do it the right way and say I don't need you. Because you know what? If you know what, dog? There's not many people in America that would not be living the life that they want to live at $100K a year.
Hard. I remember we had this conversation a long time ago when niggas was trying to shit on Russell Simmons for selling Def Jam and getting that money. And you was like, yo, that's the whole point of building a business so you can sell it.
Well,
and I was wrong as two left shoes.
That's not wrong though. That's the
yes,
that's the business model. That's
you're right.
Hey,
okay. Well, you know what?
Capitalist society.
This is a
capitalism, baby. Capitalism. Capitalism.
If you want, because guess what? If you want to be a capitalist, ask your great grandfather what capitalism did for him. It got his black ass over here. If you want to play the capitalism game, don't complain. Hey, bro. If you want to play that game, don't complain. Don't bitch and moan. Don't say the man did this to me, the man did that to me. Because you know what you can do? You can slow walk into exactly where you want to be.
Hold on, but check this out though, Hard. The motherfucker that made that 80%, 90% increase on their business, they not going to be complaining about what the man did to them.
But what I'm saying, but you know what? At some point, most of those dudes complain too. It's amazing to me that we don't want to walk to where we got to go, but at the same time, we want to complain when we take the fast track. We want to complain that we got fucked along the way, because you do understand the moment you lay down with these dogs, you gotta get bleeding.
I ain't never heard Hov complain once, man.
In the entertainment business that ain't get you.
I ain't never heard Puff complain once. I ain't never heard Dr.
What's the word you just used?
Once. Huh?
Hey, what was the word that you just used? What was the word you just used? No. Anomaly. That's exactly how they rape us. They show us Rello come up. They show us Biggs come up. And Mo, Rap, and Tran, it's like, God damn, I can't catch a break. Don't show me one or two people when the masses are suffering. Yeah, guess who didn't get fucked? Michael Jackson. Guess who didn't get fucked? Prince. Guess who didn't get fucked? Madonna. Tony Terry broke his fuck right now. Huh?
Prince did get fucked.
No, he didn't, because Prince had $100 million in 1990. Prince put $100 million in his bank account, and when Prince continued to make money, Prince was putting out albums on his website, selling 200,000 albums at $25, $30, $40.
That's because he was so dynamic that he got, when he got fucked, he said, you know what? I know how to do this shit on my own and get the money.
No. But he didn't get fucked because he said he fucked up. Y'all want $100 million for this? Cool. Here it is. Now I'm going over here and doing the same thing. You know who else does that? And he don't sell 1 million records. God rest his soul. MF Doom did it too. We got to stop trying to fast track this and walk it to us, because as we identified about this entire conversation, every time we get in bed with these people, we get up with a baby. They fucking us every time.
I like that.
Every time we get up with a baby that we did not want. So, in order to stop getting these motherfucking babies, how about accepting 100,000 short dollars instead of taking the million up front? And she got the look, they give you $1 million up front, 50% of it's going on taxes, and then you got the 100,000 is going on production. Now you got 400,000, but you still owe them $1 million. Why would you play that game? If I walked up to you tomorrow and said, Norello, tell you what, you got the hottest shit in the street right now. You got the hottest shit in the street right now. I'm gonna give you $1 million to make your next album. But you owe me $1 million. You would say, what? What the fuck I need you for? I just made 100K. Hey, tell you what, I'm gonna go to Indiana and sell my shit. I'm gonna go to Wisconsin to sell my shit. I'm gonna go to Iowa and sell my shit. It's a slow grind, but it's a slow grind. You know what it is? We don't want the weed. We want to sell crack. And then when we end up in the penitentiary, we mad.
I don't think niggas is gonna say, give me something short term to that level. If I'm making 100,000, you got to give me more than $1 million.
Yeah.
I use that number just in the instinct of you know what, just to make it easy.
I'm finna show you why I know it worked. I'm listening to Slim Thug from Texas. They was doing that screw house thing. Def Jam said, hey, come fuck with us, dog. He pulls up at Def Jam South in a Bentley. They offered him $250,000. He said, I got that outside. I'm out.
Yeah.
How many people presented with a big pack? Don King said
I
in his
agree.
book. Don King said in his book, a motherfucker would take a $50,000 cash bag of money for a $250,000 check. That's how they fucking these guys. Because nobody wants to walk to the money. They want to fast track it.
With that, but what I'm saying is nobody's gonna say, "Oh, you giving me $1 million and I'm making 100,000 on my own." No, you just gonna give me a sign me for 100. No, niggas ain't finna do that. I just said that number. Huh?
Hey, I guarantee you, there's somebody doing that right now.
Yeah, but that's bad business.
And that's my point. That was my whole point. These older guys should have educated these younger dudes in 1988, 89, and 90, and then we would be accepting bullshit deals today.
No, so this is what I was saying on that. What I was saying on that, man, you know, I just gotta jump in. Motherfuckers in the industry been warning us. Rule number 4080. You know what I'm saying? Like,
no, but that's from us to us, right?
But I'm just saying, it's not like the whole, it's been shit. 5 Heartbeats was about motherfuckers jacking motherfuckers' music and, you know, like the regular shit. You know what I'm saying? Like this, we always knew and heard that, oh my God, they don't get paid. They don't. It's been the same since it's been there. It's never that part never changed. You know what I'm saying?
You got a lot of cats that's doing business based on his situation, though, man. I mean, like if a nigga out there hurting, and you know, you may have a $100 million product, but you need 50,000 a day. I mean, a lot of these cats ain't gonna turn that down. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
$1 starving.
It's almost hard to judge that. Terrible deal, and they may know it.
I agree with you because right there in your backyard, little brother said that's why they second album flopped because they had the artwork and the production done when they got that. Mm-hmm. And the label wouldn't go hard for them because they was like, fuck you, we don't need y'all.
I can't hear him. Can y'all hear him?
Can you hear me? You can't hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
No, okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so you're right. Take that last question. I saw that you going to go for.
Oh, you talking about the sub jump?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Oh, let me introduce the question to everybody else. Does hip hop need sub genres? Is the question on the table right now.
Say that again. I'm sorry.
No, I was just introducing everybody else to the question. Hip hop needs sub genres.
Oh, no doubt, man. I mean, it's more diverse today. Well, I mean, it started out being diverse as hell. But now it's to the point to where we was talking about the internet and how it impacted the game. And so you got a plethora of artists that's just dropping music and everybody calling it hip hop. And when you got cats being compared to, you got Migos comparing them to Jay. Uh-oh, what's happening with my camera here? I think I got dropped out, bro. You with me?
Until Mo get back, I was trying to focus on Mo. What about him? Anybody else want to take up till Mo get back?
What we talking about?
Does hip hop need subgenres like hard rock, soft rock, R&B, soul, neo soul? Woo, woo, woo.
No, I think you know that's when they start doing it, right? With drill rap, gangster rap, trap rap, you know, crunk, like that's separated from, you know, I mean, it's cool that you can label it, but that made it smaller. You know what I'm saying? Like, now this just for this crowd, this for that crowd, this for that. You know what I'm saying? When they start labeling it, to me, that's when, you know, almost going back to that last question, when you think, you know, shit went bad, they start labeling every, you know, every kind of fucking rap, backpack, hip hop, you know, they just start coming with whole fucking categories that was never there. That's just all, you know, it's all hip hop, but it ain't. But even that make real hip hop motherfucker like me look at that in that small slit. Oh, that's, you know, bass, Miami bass, or that's, you know, dirty South music or trap. You know what I'm saying? Just almost shrug it off. You know what I mean? Because it ain't, you know, hardcore underground. You know what I'm saying? Like the shit that, you know, the shit I consider. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's what it is.
But so and like you said, in my opinion, hip hop has always had subgenres, but I listen to every type of music except for country and I guess like hardcore metal. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't, to me, mute is like Quincy Jones said, it's only two types of music, good and bad. You know what I mean? And I treat hip hop that same way. Like, I agree with you. It kind of, I think that happened organically though, just based on how cultures are and like how people are. If you hear this type of music, you see the type of people that listen to that music constantly, then you associate them with that music or that music with them. You know what I mean? But I do think that hip hop should, even though we do it anyway, just because how we are, like we just real creative. We can just map out any motherfucking thing. You know what I'm saying? Like you can walk down the street, you can see, oh man, he a player. You know what I'm saying? Like ain't no subgenres to us as people for real, like on label, but we do it. It's like, oh man, he a old player nigga, man. He a gang banging ass nigga. He a this and that nigga. He a hustler. He a drug dealer. Like that's natural. But when it comes to accordance to things like awards or music charts, which in my opinion don't really matter, but they do matter.
No.
There should definitely be subgenres of hip hop, in my opinion. Because
my bad. Go.
Because everything isn't the same. And it's been like that forever. It's been like that forever, but a lot of people, I feel, get kind of played in a degree when it comes to that. You know what I'm saying? Like on the grand scheme of things, as far as their sales, or as far as like their position in the culture, or as far as like awards and things like that. Migos, that's trap music. Like I said, we do it in general. That's trap music, you know. Like we understand what trap. I think we all understand what trap music is, quote unquote. You know what I'm saying? I think we all understand what conscious rap is, quote unquote. Like, I don't think it's a bad thing that there's a separation to it, you know, but as long as we understand that it's all the same thing, because we do understand that it's all the same thing. It's natural for us to understand it. You're not gonna walk into a party or to your family house and separate your family from each other. You just gonna point it out and know what it is. Like, oh no, that's my uncle, man. He a player. Oh, that's my uncle there. He a pimp. That's my aunt, man. She a hustler, man. She be out here, you know, getting her bread. Like, she a gangster for real. You know what I'm saying? And you like, my cousin, that's my cousin there. He a square, but he cool. He ain't no, you know, you're not gonna look down on him. You just gonna walk in the building and know what it is for each situation. And I feel like when it comes to hip hop, it definitely is already like that. And it should be considered like that. Because that's just what it is. But the reason it should be considered that way is for the other economic value of it, I guess, based on, you know, whatever they into, charts, sales, awards, you know, and just classification. Because it's something for everybody. Like, a movie is a movie, but you got an action movie, you got a drama movie, you got a comedy, you got a thriller / suspense, and you got horror movies, and you got musicals. It's, in my opinion, there's nothing wrong with that.
Biggs?
I agree with everything my brother said, man. It should be. I mean, we gonna do it anyway.
Yeah.
So ain't nothing wrong with it. And at the same category, I think whack motherfuckers should be put in the same category as old bitches driving on the goddamn freeway. You should not be there. You shouldn't be there. They should have a whole different goddamn lane for these old motherfuckers to drive in. And I feel the same way about these whack ass rapping niggas, man. Y'all can whack rap all y'all want. And y'all can turn up and drink lean and play gay and do all this touchy-feely garbage and put diamonds in your forehead and paint your fingernails. Y'all can do all that shit. Stop coming over here where we at. And we'll leave you motherfuckers the fuck alone, and y'all leave us the fuck alone. Like I said, don't nobody want to drive behind some old hoe with a goddamn 5,000-pound Cadillac driving slow as fuck. Don't nobody want to drive behind that bitch, so don't nobody want to fuck with you niggas neither. You know what I mean? So shit, I feel the same motherfucking way. I feel the same way.
Hey, I drive a truck now. I drive a trailer now, man. A tractor. Oh, they them drive slow, man. And motherfuckers always trying to get around.
But I bet you drive faster than on one of these motherfucking raggedy ass old hoes with big ass glasses with their chest on the motherfucking steering wheel and shit. These rappers got their chest on the steering wheel. I don't.
Okay. That was awesome, man.
Hey, he back in play, man. Big Mo, finish what you was saying, man.
No, I mean, I think he pretty much touched on it, man. I mean, for me, it's simple, man. I mean, you got so many different lanes of hip hop, man. Yeah. Whether we like it or love it or not, you know what I'm saying? It just you can't. Speaking like as far as award shows and shit go, man, you can't compare artists like a J. Cole to a Lil Uzi or whatever these young niggas' names is, man. And then plus you got legends that's been around forever, and you know you just can't pin them together like that, man. You got to break that shit down, man. You got heavy metal, light rock, alternative rock.
Yeah,
you need to do the same thing with hip hop, man.
Which is our shit anyway.
So what?
All that shit is our shit anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
It's just a subgenre of our shit.
Exactly. I mean, there's so many different ways we express ourselves with this shit, man. So putting us in a box like that, we can't do that. We can't do that, man.
No doubt.
It's
Yeah,
not
I definitely think
it's not fair to the guys that do those things.
Huh?
It's not fair to the guys that do those other things. It's not fair to compare the little Uzi to a Jay-Z. You know what I'm saying? Like, whether you like him or not, like it's never the same fucking lane. He has his own lane. Well, in that lane.
In the end, my thing is. In the end, my thing is you separating hip hop. It's all hip hop. Now you're gonna separate it into different. How you gonna break it down when it's under the whole umbrella? Don't try to, make this brand look at the other brand like, oh, them motherfuckers goofy. Just like that's just creating. You know what I mean? Like that, and I that's just more theoretical. That ain't in practice because y'all just made some good points for saying it is different type of like I would probably describe them differently than they describe, but I'm just saying it is different type of artists. You know what I mean? But I'm just saying within the umbrella of hip hop, that's all hip hop. Don't try to separate it like it's something that, you know what I mean? Don't try to take from it and like you can't, for me that's trying to take hip hop, an element of hip hop out of it. You know what I'm saying? Like them backpack rappers fucking DJ. This how we travel. So y'all ain't like I don't like that, man, because it's hip hop, man. It's the vehicle it's the road that everybody riding on.
Trent the resident B-boy. Trent the TSP's resident B-boy. He talking B-boy talk.
That's it.
What I'm saying. It's all the same, but it come together like Voltron. You know what I'm saying? Like it's life. Everything is different, and in our culture, we do have differences. And it's okay to have those differences. Hey, well, that's this, that's that. But at the end of the day, it still falls under the umbrella of hip hop. You shouldn't look at it as like a separation.
Yeah.
It's subgenre for a reason. It's like, okay, like Africa is a continent. They all black. But you tell a motherfucker from Nigeria that he's Ghana, he from Ghana. They be like, no, I'm not from Ghana. I'm Nigerian. What the fuck is you talking about? I'm from Ghana. I'm Nigerian. I'm not from Ghana. But it all still falls under the same umbrella. We all from the continent. We all still under the same thing. But I just don't feel like it's wrong to classify. That don't necessarily mean division. All it is what it is. A duck is a duck. A lion is a lion. A tiger is a tiger. An elephant is an elephant. They all still found on the continent of Africa. You know what I'm saying? Like,
or mammals.
Huh?
I'm a little more shitty in my attitude, man. I agree with everything y'all saying, but a whack nigga is a whack nigga. Like Vanilla Ice is a whack nigga.
That's it.
He whack as fuck, but Hammer, like y'all brought up Hammer early. Hammer whack. Like, I think Rob Bass is whack. Rob Bass is terrible, but he did something for hip hop. He did something for hip hop that a lot of motherfuckers didn't do.
I'm not gonna.
You know what I mean? So you fast forward, man. These young MA motherfuckers and young boy blueface garbage niggas. They terrible. They terrible to me, man. I don't know, man. I'm just a little bit more voiceless and biased, man.
Oh no, Young M.A. is nasty.
Young M.A.
That's the girl, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. My bad.
He said.
There's so many young niggas with the young blue bastard, blue mouth, the blue boy or whatever.
Little boy blue.
Them motherfuckers bastard.
But no,
his name Blue Bastard.
Started the female rapper out. She a dyke.
That's problematic. Okay.
Oh, he said that's problematic. The algorithms.
No. I just think not for the female thing, Rello. I disagree, but I don't want to get into that conversation. Me personally, I think it's necessary. I think it's very necessary because at that point, we can stop. Like, if we split it up into genre, like pop rap, trap rap, classic hip hop, or and so forth and so on. At that point, they'll do just like they did in the 70s. 70 soul music. And back in the day, they separated genres. Like you had the Marvin Gaye, the Teddy P, and then the Barry White, and then you can have Curtis Mayfield, and so forth and so on. The funk, the soul, the disco. I think we should say hip hop, and then it branch off into other things, labels of hip hop, because James Brown is not doing what Isaac Hayes was doing, and Barry White wasn't doing what Stevie Wonder was doing. So they were all black music. They went into different directions. Everybody can get paid, and then we wouldn't have to sit if we chose to listen to the radio. I don't. But we wouldn't have to sit. Bro. We wouldn't want to listen to Sway in the morning. We would never hear a Lil Uzi hot dog and Big Bag of Doritos and all that dude. Those dudes would never hit our ears. They would hit the ears that they're supposed to hit. And I think that's the way it should. I mean, that's the beauty of the conversation. Everybody tilted their way, but I think that is a necessary thing. I don't know how much time y'all got. I'm going to skip all the way to the last question. We understand that hip-hop is problematic in its current form. Huh?
I'm good on time. Go.
Y'all good?
I'm good.
Yeah, go ahead. Rock that shit.
In a minute.
Oh, let's do the damn thing. It's been 2 hours. Sometimes people be like, hey, man, I got to get the fuck up out of here.
Oh, I have no problem telling you I did, but I'm good.
I'm going to step out of the
Okay.
and go pick up some food.
I took time out for this.
Okay, seeing how we got a lot, like the question before this was a lot of people get screwed, a lot of people go on a ride, and I blame the old school, and we came to a conclusion or whatever. Everybody spoke their mind. Whatever happened to the management companies? Is that something that people need to reinvest in? I'm not trying to get you to change your dream, but I am trying to get you to cultivate who you are. I'm trying to push you into adulthood with this music, education, proper conduct, proper presentation, and things of that nature. Is that something that needs to come back? I'm coming right at you, Tran, then Marcus, then Bo, then you, brother, we can close it out.
Well, you saying like somebody somebody that's representing you in a way where they want you to be respectable all the time. Like the artist or whoever that is would have to want that, first of all. You know what I'm saying? From their management to be critiquing them and telling them and coaching them, right? You know what I'm saying? So if you ain't ready for that, then you ain't, that ain't the level you want. You know what I'm saying? That's good. You know what I mean? If you can get away with that, but most of the motherfucking managers are big money niggas off the strip. You know what I'm saying? The dude that got all the cash and all the resources. That's the motherfucker that's managing you, because he paying for your studio time and you know what I mean? So, but yeah, ideally in the ideal world, you would have a management team that would be about your development, like, not just as an artist, but as a person, right? But that ain't what the world is, you know what I'm saying? So motherfuckers just in it to get the money. They gonna pimp you like, they gonna spend some money on you, then you gonna owe them that money back. You know what I mean? And until they get it, then, you know what I'm saying? They're gonna do with you what they made. You know what I'm saying? However it works. Right? So yeah, you want that, and that is what we need. You know what I mean? But they, like I say, the artists gotta be ready to receive those type of you know what I'm saying, that type of advice and heed to it. So I don't see it. I ain't got the way it is now, man. It ain't no respect for rule of law or word. You know what I'm saying? Official word. So I don't know, man. That's tough.
Next.
Oh shit! I've managed several artists. You know what I mean? And I did exactly what Tran said. I done slept in clubs just to talk to a nigga for 5 minutes, and then just to set up a show and had to turn around and go to work. I done not paid my rent to make sure that the money was right when these motherfuckers, we had to do a show. I done threw my own motherfucking concert. I threw my own fucking concert, but I even managed a Lunday at a point in time, and it went sour only because the expectations of what you expect from somebody that's your friend, it didn't happen the way that they thought it would. A Lunday it didn't happen with Day the way it was supposed to happen, and it wasn't no foul shit on his part. It wasn't no foul shit on my part. It was just something that happened when you miss friendship with the business. But you know what I'm saying? But now me and Lunday love, dog. I talk to this nigga probably every other 2 days. But you know what I mean? That shit is hard, B. That shit is hard. I built that shit from nothing. When I did my management company and I did my label company or whatever, it was just me and a rapper and a producer, and I actually signed myself. You know what I mean? I did all the paperwork. I signed myself and I signed one rapper. And then after it started to blow up, a lot of motherfuckers started to come through so bad, man. You turn around and in 3 months, I had like 10 motherfucking artists. But that shit is wild, B. You have to really love it, and you have to really love, and you have to get an artist like Trey Mack said. You got to get an artist that love this shit, because if you love that shit, if you love that shit, he'll understand. He or she will understand when shit moves slow, and they'll also be groomed when shit moves fast. But if that's not the business that you're trying to get in, man, you might not need to play them games, man, because you playing with a motherfucker life, man. You know what I mean? You playing with a motherfucker expectations. This motherfucker want to bounce. He want to go. You know what I mean? So I don't know, man. I don't know, man. I think some people should stay in their lane, man, and some people shouldn't think. You know how black motherfuckers is. They think because the next man do it, they can do it.
Right.
Oh, you rap, I can rap. Oh, you got an artist, I can artist. I got $10,000. Shit, I could be your manager. Nah, this dumbass nigga don't know nothing. He don't know nothing. You know what I mean? So you got to really watch that shit, man. But that shit is hard, man. It'll break friendships up, and it'll make you become a person that you don't want to become, man. So I think you really gotta touch the waters with that, man. You got to be careful with that.
Well, I mean, I was privy to the question already, and I'm in tune with a couple things, like the management game, like Rush Management or Violator. That still really hasn't gone away, in my opinion. Not just in my opinion, but let me get some examples. So you got like Punch from TDE. Even though he's a CEO, he's also a manager. Then you got people, like I said before, the top always rise to the top. The cream of the crop always rise. You know what I mean? So you got Kendrick Lamar, Schoolboy Q. They up under TDE. They management game is crazy. They always putting them in the right position. They know how to act. You don't see Kendrick Lamar doing no goofy shit. You don't see Schoolboy Q do no goofy shit. I can't think of the other boy name that fuck with them right now. The other LA guy. Damn. But you don't see them doing no goofy shit. And then you got LVRMs, whatever, LVRM or something like that.
Bishop Lamont.
Bishop Lamont, that's my cousin. He in the chat or something?
No. He fuck with them TDE guys, right?
No, I got a cousin named Bishop Lamont. I might be confused. Maybe just got the same name. I don't know.
No, he an artist
But,
on TDE. That's all.
Oh wow, that's crazy. So, but then you got people like the guys that Justice that manages what's the girl name? Well, the guy Black. 6LACK, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Then there's a chick that's with them too. She's popping. Like they involved in that J. Cole shit to a degree. Like it's people that's involved in the good man. First of all, Coach K from TD from Quality Control. Like I know people don't look at the Migos necessarily as one of them top tier guys, but Coach K was involved in Jeezy Uprise, Gucci Mane. You know what I'm saying? A lot of them Atlanta-based artists, and he's from the Midwest. He's from Indiana. Like the management game is still strong.
Yeah.
You just gotta look at and you gotta think about it. Back in the day when Violator was around heavy, Rush Management, guess what they was involved with? They was involved in the cream of the crop.
Yeah.
And that's just only 2 companies. And I just gave you 3. You see what I'm saying? It's still important. And it still shows. It's just like we just get bogged down with so much bullshit in the mix. Even somebody like Lil Uzi. Yeah, niggas may look at Lil Uzi as, funny and all that. But he's the cream of the crop. And guess who his management is? And he was beefing with them. But the nigga DJ Drama and the other producer dude. You know what I'm saying? Now, guess who Lil Uzi fucking with on the management side? Rock Nation. Hove. Even though he got that snitch on his roster, it's a CEO.
Oh, that lady, that Spanish lady?
Yeah. Desiree Perez, whose father was 50-50 owner in the 40-40 club.
So that's just like business. And all my managers, like when I manage motherfuckers, I make them business partners. Cause I know eventually they're gonna move on. You know what I mean? Eventually they're gonna wanna do something different.
It's a high turnover rate.
Yeah, so every time I was in the meeting, I let them sit in. Every time I did whatever I had to do, I let them sit in. Every time I got some paperwork, my brother, God rest his soul, he passed away or whatever. He was our business lawyer. He would write up these papers and he would show me how to work with these papers, and I'd bring them to the table and I'd let them see the papers. You know what I mean? And tell them this is what we doing. This is what, this, that, and the other. So I made a business partner. So now the couple of cats that survived the management company, these motherfuckers got their own shit. They got their own studio. They got their own movements. They got their own shit or whatever. That's what I did. D-Son got his own movement. He got a hip-hop initiation. He got a podcast. My artist, D-Son, actually produces my show. You know what I mean? But that's how crazy that shit is. I used to be D-Son manager, and I used to put him in this shit called a meat locker. Well, I would make him perform 50 times in front of me every day, because that was his strong point. His strong point was the stage. And then I would tell him every time I had a business meeting, I would go take him to a business meeting and show him the numbers and crunch the numbers in the papers and all this bullshit. So now him and one of his guys started a podcast company, and the first motherfucker they signed was me. You know what I mean? So now that's how the octopus goes, man. You know what I mean? That's how the 360, like we were talking earlier. The mathematics don't lie. That's how the 360. They came back and got the illest nigga that they knew. You know what I mean? They came back and got Sensei. You know what I mean?
Me back. The manager nowadays wears so many different hats. You got niggas like Westside Gun. That whole Griselda movement is him.
Mm-hmm.
No way, shape, or form about. It's all him. It's all his vision. It's all his plan. It's all his idea. Every execution, everything. Even though he's the owner of that label, he's still their manager.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? That's the same thing with like some people like Q. He's a manager, he's a CEO, but he's really a manager. It's a management team. Like you even look into it like people like LeBron James to take it to the sports aspect, which is a product of the hip hop era in the hip hop community. His team, they manage him, athletes, they do movies, artists, everything. It's always developing and expanding and changing. So we can't look at the idea of and people. Well, let me say this right. So people like Violator, Rush, they laid the blueprint, and niggas just took the blueprint and expanded on it. They built upon that blueprint and like, okay, cool. Well, I'm gonna do this too, and I'm gonna do this. Make no mistake about it, a nigga like Westside Gunn, he manages and dictates everything down to the fucking album covers.
Yeah.
What them guys do.
Yeah. I like dude too. I fucks with his movement. He in the art and everything, man.
Official.
I like dude, man.
Everything is always evolving, like we talked about earlier. We touched on earlier. It's always evolving. It's evolving. So what we look at as a management group nowadays, that's the company and the management group.
Mm-hmm.
Because niggas is smart. Niggas is like, yo,
one stop shop.
One stop shop. For?
Yeah, he's a confidant. He's a confidant too, man. He's an OG. He's a big brother.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
It's like, yo, I don't. What we need a manager for? Okay, this shit is all in my mind right here.
Mm-hmm.
So we gonna do. You got motherfuckers that's popping artists going to QC for management. That's a record label. Cardi B, which I do not fuck with at all. But hey, she's still popping. Guess who her management is? It's the label. The label is her management. QC. She not even signed to QC. She signed to Atlantic. But QC is the manager. That's the management label. Niggas is evolving into a smarter realm. So to go back to what we were talking about earlier about what niggas should be doing and what should not be doing, I think the moves are being made. We just can't necessarily see them in the broad stroke right now.
I agree with that.
Unless you do the research or know what's going on, you might think, oh, it's just, she doing this, she doing no, but it's the broad stroke is the new labels that a lot of black people are, whether you like the Migos or not, the Migos are one of the most popular hip hop acts in the fucking world, and they controlled by a black label, which is QC, and a black manager, which is motherfucking Coach K.
Let's go. Trent, you want to jump in on this, or you want to talk on this next one?
Oh yeah, no. So my only thing is, motherfuckers right about the management and all that good shit. The same motherfuckers talk about that shit. The same motherfuckers talk about my money ain't right, they robbing me, you know. You know what I'm saying? So them be the managers that we talking about. All these big time artists get caught in that same motherfucking industry trap, you know what I'm saying, and get beat up and find out their contract ain't right at the end when they should be really getting paid. You know what I'm saying? So that's the management they had, right? Because that was the best they could do. But in the end, like I say, shit, Puffy did Biggie. You know what I'm saying? Suge did Pop. Like that's always been a part of the other shit. And I ain't saying it ain't good, because it is good. You know,
Ain't nothing wrong with
it
that,
takes
in my
all that. It
opinion,
takes
though.
everything to make the shit rock. You know what I'm
Ain't
saying?
nothing wrong
But
with
I'm
that.
just saying it's the other element too. They all get robbed, and then who to blame then? Then you gonna give your management company? Is they the ones robbing you? What happened? They knew. They took money on top. Like that shit. You know, I ain't knocking. I'm just saying it's two parts to that, and that's all. I'm speaking on that part. You know what I'm saying? But it's good. It's good too though. It's good.
Let
Motherfuckers
me rebut
prosper
on
off
that.
having. Right.
Let me
It's
rebut on that,
yin and
though.
yang.
Let me
What
rebut on that,
happened?
though, Mo. If
Yeah,
you
go ahead.
so say you had an artist, niggas I don't even want to say niggas. People gonna always feel that they supposed to be getting more money than they got.
Yeah.
So say you in that position and you put up a, let's just use an easy number. Say you put up 500,000 for somebody, and they not looking into they're not taking into account all the shit that you paid for, the visuals, the videos, the clothes, to make the shit look good and pop and everything. And then they sell so X amount of records, and then next thing you know, they come to you saying, like, man, I should be getting more money than this. I need this, I need that. That's gonna always happen. And you looking at them like, hold on, fam. The fuck is you talking about? I paid for you to go here. I paid for this. I paid for that. I paid for this. I'm paying for everything. I can't get my money back.
Right.
People gonna always have something to say when it come to money. Always.
That's why you never.
You're right.
That's why you never.
You're right. You're right. But I wasn't talking about that. But you're right. You're right.
Niggas can be working at McDonald's and saying like, look, man, I need to be making more than motherfucking 14 an hour. All this bullshit they got me doing. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. I'm doing that. That's gonna always happen. And you saying that it's gonna be the people complaining about the management. They be like, yeah, you say the management, but they're gonna be like, man, they owe me this, they owe me that. But yeah, they might do owe them. They might not owe them that. Because people forget how much you spend money. And we can think about that on a day-to-day basis in general, just on kicking it with your guys. You could be kicking it with a crew of dudes that, not saying that they broke, but like you can go out for 10 times. Y'all can go out 10 times. 7 of them times, you was like, yo, shots on me, rounds on me, shots on me.
Yeah.
Them last few times, you gonna be like, look, hey, let me get such. Man, why I gotta go? What? Hold on, man. What you talking about? I ain't got nothing. I ain't got it. Yeah. Or you can pay for them the whole 10 times. And then the one time you be like, yo, hey, let me get such. Whoa, hold on, man. That shit gonna happen. All the niggas people gonna always argue or have a discrepancy, I should say, when it come down to money at the end of the day.
And their worth and what they think they're worth. Yeah.
Exactly.
I agree.
No matter how much you pay for them, no matter how many times you done took care of them, it don't matter. It don't even gotta be about money. It don't even gotta be about money. It could just be something simple as like, yo, I gave you 20 rides to work, man.
Oh yeah.
Give me more than them $5 you giving me.
Oh yeah.
Oh, this nigga tripping, man. He trying to make me give him $20, man. Fam.
I can understand that. I can understand that one.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I can understand that one.
Hey, one of the biggest things I hear people talking about all the time, and because we are so averse to the culture, and it comes from people like us. I've never understood guys, me, Chan, and Marcus' age, especially again your age, complaining about record play on the radio when hip hop has never been like that on the radio.
Yeah.
Help me understand that y'all all have put out music. Help me understand the dude that's saying we ain't getting no radio play when dope hip hop by and large has not been played on the radio. You were not gonna put on the radio here and say that. You run around here rapping like a classic hip hop artist, complaining about you ain't getting no radio play. Help me understand. Anybody can take it.
Well, the whole radio play thing, like, yeah, I hear what you're saying. Like the dope shit, the dope shit is never really getting played on the radio. The shit that if you into whatever genre you into, fuck hip hop. You can, since we talking about hip hop, I'm gonna say hip hop. The dope shit, yeah, that's always some shit that you gonna hear word of mouth, find out about it on the internet or whatever. Nowadays, you know what I'm saying? Or hear about it, or hear it riding around in your neighborhood in the car. That's always gonna be the dope shit. The niggas that complain about that shit, man. I mean, it's like I said, the cream of the crop always gonna rise to the top. You gonna hear niggas like Hove on the radio because it's a balancing act.
Yeah.
Hove make dope hip hop, but he also told you, like, look, man, I can rhyme like Common.
Yeah.
I can do that easy. But that's not gonna get me on the radio. You know what I'm saying? Griselda, them niggas is making bread and they thoroughly respected across the globe. But you're not gonna hear one of their songs on the radio.
Right.
But they don't care nowadays because we live in a different era.
Yeah.
You don't need the radio. I haven't listened to the radio, fam. I don't even know the last time I listened to the radio. I literally do not know the last time I listened to the radio. And when I was listening to radio, I was listening to Satellite XM and I was listening to Howard Stern and CNN constantly. That was it. I didn't listen to music on the radio. That shit is dead. That whole radio play shit, that shit comes into play when you did the whole crossover, which is easy to do because, like we said, corporate controls hip hop now, and these record labels control hip hop. And when they decide to push something on the radio, that's when it gets heard on the radio. The dope shit is like anything else, like style, even the fly style shit. You're not looking to the runway for the fly style. You're not looking to TV for the fly style. Not with us. That's them others. Like they looking to see what somebody on TV on the news is. I work in Nordstrom, man, right now, and I sell suits. Sport coats, dress shirts, ties, and dress clothes and dress shoes, man. They the ones that come saying, "Hey, so what's the new trend? What's the new style?" We don't do that. we don't go to our homeboy and be like, "Yo, so what everybody wearing right now?" We already in tune.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? We already in tune. Whether it's the shit that you like or you don't like, you already in tune. So you in tune with the shit you don't like to wear, and you in tune with the shit that you will wear. Period. That shit don't really fly with us, fam. Don't know. My shorties don't listen. You know what? I'll take it back. My shorties do listen to the radio. And you know why they listen to the radio? Because the shit that they already know is hot.
Come on the radio.
Is on the radio. But they knew it was hot before it was on the radio.
They knew
it was hot way before the radio.
Right. So only reason somebody will listen to the radio is because you got 6, 7, 8-year-olds, 9-year-olds. All right, if you gonna listen to anything, you ain't gonna be listening to CNN or sports talk radio. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's how I'm listening to, I hear it all. You know what I'm saying? But at every city, right now I'm in motherfucking in Massachusetts, they all got the same playlist.
Oh, you in Massachusetts?
I go back to the crib. It's the same playlist. It's all in tune somehow. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, because it's called radio programming.
Yeah, hey, there it is. I already know what it is. I got the understanding of that. So I'm just saying that part is still like that's what they still doing with that. But I'm telling you, that's the only reason I'm mad. I got the kids in the car.
You in Massachusetts?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. What you doing out there, man?
Man, getting money, man. That's what brought me out here. You know what I'm saying? I had to relocate for that little bread. You know what I'm saying?
I fuck with it.
Then now I'm here and I got a family. I'm sitting up. You know what I'm saying?
I fuck with it.
You know what I mean? So yeah, I had to just chase that paper, man. You know what I'm saying?
I fuck with
it. That's how I pop. You know what I mean?
What Big said, man? What are you doing?
Right here.
You just got back gigs, back.
No, I was about to go to the store.
Oh, okay. It's just amazing to me how cats, you sit down and listen to cats our age, who we all practically in the same age, and we're from the 70s, and they still complain about radio playing. I'm like, when the fuck did you hear your EPMB on the radio?
Right.
Only time I used to listen to the radio as a kid was when I was getting dressed in the morning, listen to Bob Wall and that type of thing.
You heard me,
I just don't get it.
You heard me, huh? Radio. Them suckers never play me.
Right.
Exactly, man.
I hear it a lot, and I'll be baffled. I'm like, well, what the fuck am I missing? Because I ain't never heard EPMD on the radio. Ever. And
I ain't never heard
crossover. Some funny shit for y'all. I remember when they broke radio on the radio, right, on GPI. I just happened to be putting my shit together in my room, and they played radio. I never told anybody this. I thought LL was white, because I was like, he said, you think I was at a party, not a Cadillac. I'm like, niggas don't drive Cadillacs, get the fuck out of here, and turned it off. It's like, this is a new artist, LL Cool J. I was like,
you thought out of here. Drive Cadillacs? What's going on?
No,
niggas drive Cadillacs. How you gonna single out Cadillac?
Right, niggas was driving Cadillacs. Boy, you had a Cadillac. You
what?
Man, what?
I was like, niggas don't drive Cadillac. Fuck out of here.
They play Michael Power for a minute. They play Will Smith. Summertime.
You know who used to get played on the radio too? Which is, in my opinion, the most underrated and disrespected group in hip hop history. Nice and Smooth, man.
Yeah, they did.
Oh
yeah. They was good. They was real good. They had
Nice
that crossover appeal.
Is the most underrated and underappreciated group, and they did so many things first.
They was dope. I like.
They was harmonizing first.
They was.
Damn. They was the first party. They was party wave rappers, like what the shorty say now. The wave. It was just about the swag, and they was swag rappers, man.
No, they was.
Greg Nice was great.
Greg
Nice used to write. I mean, Be Nice used to write for Bobby Brown.
Yeah. Smooth B, you mean Smooth B?
Yeah, Smooth B. My bad.
Yeah, no, they was dope. You right, man. They don't get enough love because they did set a whole style. They let it. They put that out there.
I listen to them niggas to this day.
Nah, they cold.
Hell yeah.
They cold.
Hey yo, this
like
Gillespie playing sax. Me myself, I like the max. Huh?
I was just saluting the people that came into the building. His gift and April shower.
What up, y'all?
Yeah, man. But
Yo.
do y'all think, okay, we want to take control of our culture again, right? Like us four. We want to take people like us. We want to re-control the culture. How productive is a thing like the Zulu Nation in regards to that? Because, in my opinion, and y'all can just go from there, in my opinion, organizations like the Zulu Nation can reach as far west as the West Coast with a Dr. Dre, a Snoop Dogg. Snoop Dogg member of the Zulu Nation. The cats from Oakland, they members of the Zulu Nation. You got dudes in the South, they members of the Zulu Nation. And of course, the Northeast, and we don't know about the Southeast. But is that a way to re-control the culture? With organizations like that, that way we can just make moves.
Yes. Yes. Hip hop. I think Nori said this first. I mean, I think I got this from him, but I agree with him, heard it, and felt it. We need a union, man. So, not necessarily that we need a union. We need shit like the Zulu Nation again, man.
Yeah, there
has to be a universal focal point that controls our culture. We like how they took how they took rock and roll from us and made a rock and roll hall of fame. It needs to be a hip hop hall of fame, but I know that's kind of corny to say, but you know what I'm saying. Like we need a hip hop union.
No, I agree.
That delegates everything. Like these people that come before, there should not be such thing as a broke legacy act or not able to live out from the work that they put in. There should not be a such thing. You need to have somebody that comes together and say, hey, you know what? Look, man, all this shit is under the same umbrella. But it starts from this point. And now we're going to break it down to this point. It needs some organization. Now these motherfuckers are just running around here. The biggest problem that I have with the new music is they don't respect the elders.
Yeah.
That's my biggest problem. I come up in a time where I was fortunate enough to know the elders and still come up in the new shit and then kind of respect the new shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's like we need to have that structure in that core to break down some more shit. So we the ones can say, okay, this is the subgenre. We the ones that can dictate what goes where and what goes where. You know what I'm saying? Not Billboard saying, oh, well, we can get an award for best new sultry R&B album. Who the fuck is you, man? Like, they really doing that type of shit. They really are doing that type of shit. They classifying our own music. And it's being classified by some white boy or some white chick that has nothing to do with our culture, man. It shouldn't be a situation where the Grammys come up and a motherfucker like what's his name? I'm gonna pop some tags. Got $20 in my pocket. Whatever the fuck, Macklemore.
Maverick or some shit like that.
Macklemore should be winning best album or best rap act over a fucking Kendrick Lamar. Like how the like there should be somebody in place to say, nah, fam, that's not finna happen. You're not finna give this dude, because like you said earlier, a black guy can't come out with a song talking about his mama or all this weird shit and be selling. A black dude can't come out with a fucking record talking about I'm finna pop some Taz at the flea market, even though he should be able to. If it's dope, it's dope.
All right.
That
If
wasn't
it's
dope,
dope,
though.
it's dope. But the people at these award ceremonies and these delegations, they saying like, are we gonna give the Grammy of the Year to this guy because he's white? Because it's a white guy that's making this type of, black guys can't make this type of music be acceptable. Like, no, a black guy should be able to make that song and be acceptable if it's dope. I know the fucking words to the hook, and I don't even like the song. You know what I'm saying? I don't even like it. But if a black dude would have did it, and it's that catchy, I would like it. You see what I'm saying? And I'm not even being on no racist shit. I like white artists all day long. But that is clearly our lane, and they gave him an accolade for doing something in our lane and wouldn't give the same black man the accolade for doing something in that lane, in our lane. So there definitely should be some people involved, like the Zulu Nation, that can orchestrate and put the culture in some type of a system and teach that shit to the youth. And that could probably slow down the bullshit that we seeing in the music business about us losing our motherfucking control over shit. Because that's a clear, complete example of losing control of our shit. When some white boy can make a song talking about going to the thrift market, it's damn it like a fucking not a double entendre. It's damn it like a shot. Because guess what niggas do? We make songs about buying designer all day. We talk about spending money on these threads. You know, I'm popping tags. He talking about going into a thrift store, popping tags. Some shit that we look at like, yo, I'm not finna go to no fucking thrift store and come and brag about going to the thrift store, even though niggas do it. But we're not finna make a song bragging about going to the thrift store. One of my best low pieces I got from a thrift store. One of my best North Face old school pieces I got from a thrift store. But niggas ain't finna make no song talking about we bragging about going to the thrift store and popping tags. Jay-Z had a song called Popping Tags. He ain't getting no Grammy for that.
Biggs, Tran.
Shit, I mean, I was talking to Tran when we was first putting the motherfucker TSP album together. I'm actually on the motherfucker chopping block for the Zulu Nation. You know what I mean? The only reason why the shit ain't even go through is because I lost contact with Cassius D, who via me the Zulu Nation because of that scandal shit with African Bobby.
I ain't want to speak on that. I ain't know what niggas.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna speak on it. I'm not gonna speak on it because it's not my business.
Right.
And that shit don't take away from the legacy. That take away from that man. You know what I mean? Whatever that shit did with that man, like I said, I don't even get into that. But man, yeah, we need more shits like that. Like we need TSP to be more. We need TSP to be more public. You know what I mean? We need that shit to be more strong. We need that shit to be out there. And Zulu Nation, yeah, we need motherfuckers like that. We need motherfuckers to back our system. You know what I mean? We need motherfuckers to really back our system, but we need insurance. We need hip hop insurance. And I don't mean I do mean on a paper sense, but I do mean on the sense of we got to know that motherfuckers got our goddamn back. We get slaughtered in these motherfucking streets just like everybody else. Hip hop nigga get clapped up and get slaughtered in the streets. And this is another nigga.
Yep, whole time.
You know what I mean? We need that, bro. We need that Black Panther power. We need hip hop power. You know what I mean? We need power behind us. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I totally agree that we need shit like Blue Nation to stand up and motherfuckers like that. We Black Panther Party or whatever. I just talked y'all know I just talked Tara Stamps. I just talked to Tara Stamps and she said that she just had this Zoom party with Frank Hampton Jr. And I was asking her, did he have an active Black Panther Party shit? And she, gave me the information. I'm in.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? That's where I'm at. Yeah, the Cubs. So I don't expect everybody to play their part because that part ain't for everybody, but it's for me. I'm gonna do it. You know what I mean? I'm still gonna do the Zulu shit. I'm gonna do it, and that don't do nothing to strengthen my brothers, my TSP brothers. You know what I mean? My TSP brothers, because I'm in it with y'all. Everything I get, y'all get. So if that gets us into a special place, hell yeah, I'm gonna do the shit.
Man, y'all keep talking that TSP shit, and I gotta say this real quick, man. I used to work at New City YMCA when I was a shorty. It was a dark-skinned, skinny nigga. His name was like Antoine or DeAndre. I can't remember, but that's the first time I heard of that TSP shit.
Anton, you don't know his last name?
I think, you know what? I think it was Anton. He was skinny and dark-skinned. He went to Wales. I know that. But I'm a little younger than y'all. So he probably 40.
Was his last name Logan? No, not Logan. Hawkins? Was his last name Hawkins?
I can't remember. He was a hooper. He was good at hooping. He was a hooper.
Hold on, you sure you went to Wales?
He went.
I bet you talking about Laquan.
Maxwell?
Yeah, I bet you talking about Maxwell.
That is him, Laquan Maxwell.
Maxwell, you talking about Twan
Irie.
I knew it when he kept saying Antoine. I was like, he talking about Irie.
Yeah, Twan Irie.
Dark-skinned nigga.
He brown. Irie, you lit up when you said Maxwell. That's him. That's what we talking about.
Twan Maxwell.
Yeah.
When he said he was a hooper, I knew that.
He was a hooper. He played for St. Greg's though.
Yeah.
He played for St. Greg's. This guy.
No,
he went to Lincoln Park in St. Greg's.
I didn't know he went to LP.
I didn't know that nigga who.
Maybe
Irie? Yeah, he's out there. Yeah. St. Greg. Now what was that?
And we used to play ball every day. And that's all he did. Hoop.
Matter of fact, he did used to hoop with Shank. Shank used to think he could hoop too.
Hooping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but on that last thing, on the last note we was on, the Zulu Nation always been like a stamp on your hip hop, man. That's been like the official organization, man. Like to me, you know what I mean? Like when I think of the Zulu Nation, man, I think of like Jeff Ford and the L Rookers. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like
right.
that little, that's just the thought. Like that's my view of what they are for hip hop. You know what I'm saying? So we always need that, but where's their authority at though? You know what I'm saying? How they putting like they're not really. They ain't putting out messaging or something. But I know anybody that's affiliated with them is official hip hop. And they, one dude I know is Trickster. You know what I'm saying? He affiliated with with the Zulu Nation. He one of them. You know what I'm saying? And when you know there's a hip hop dude, that's like a hip hop stamp. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, we definitely need that, man. We definitely need that at all times. But we gotta that if that representation can get the power to do something, you know what I mean, and everybody fall in line, you know, that'll be what it is. You know what I'm saying? And like you say, insurance. You need that, you know. But somebody they gotta be willing to set it up, and everybody gotta be willing to abide by, you know, abide by the structure. You know, there's a lot of egos involved. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, but we definitely need that though. We need.
No, I agree. I agree 100%.
We need
Need to
a
be
controlling unit to say like, nah, yo, this is our shit. So I know he mentioned the Zulu Nation, but the Zulu Nation didn't control all of hip hop. We need some shit that controls, because you know what? Let me rephrase that. The Zulu Nation may have controlled that whole the dynamics of the culture at that time because it was in New York and it was in the Bronx. Bronx started hip hop, but it's way beyond that now. So we need something bigger than the Zulu Nation. We need something that's gonna be like, it's not just
On the
about the
Stacey
five,
Abrams side of the game,
huh?
like Stacey Abrams doing.
Exactly. We need some shit that's gonna be like, bam, this is what it is. These are the different slots. This is what you gonna fit into. This is what you need to kick up to. You know what I'm saying? Like, it need to be that type of structure, man.
Well, hey brothers, I'm officially late. I'm officially late to this next get down. I'm actually a guest on somebody else get down, and I want to each one of y'all, Willow, Biggs, Tran, then I'll close out. Let people know how they can keep up with y'all socially. Y'all still putting out music. Let them know where you can get it. Whatever. Promote your podcast, Big. I'm doing one-on-one interviews. I want to interview you. Promote the joint on here. We cross promote, but Rello, kick it off, bro.
Man, look, we've been on this motherfucker 3 hours. I ain't got no YouTube. I don't have no motherfucking podcast.
You ain't rhyming no more?
Listen, I'm getting to that.
Oh, okay.
Fucking with my man Harb, I've been thinking about doing a YouTube shit for a while. Fucking with him, I might do it. The rapping shit, I do it here and there. I'm on to other things in my life right now. I just don't have the time to sit down and, you know, and do this and that and third, but I will eat a motherfucker up. Never forget that. I'm official. But follow me at Liddy Jones. Liddy_Jones on Instagram. That's my Instagram. That's the only thing I really got. You know what I mean? So other than that, catch me when you catch me. Catch me.
Okay, hold on.
You heard?
One more thing.
Big?
Yeah, like I said, man, I got a podcast that I shoot on the run. It's called Thought Process, and I shoot it on the run. Sometimes I'll be in a studio, but sometimes I shoot it on the run. And when I mean on the run, I go to different all black organizations, and I shoot it in their shit. Also, man, on LEC Podcast, on Twitch TV, I got a show called Ill State of Mind Experience. I have a guest on there every 2 weeks. It's coming up next week. You got to go to Twitch TV. You know what I'm saying? It's hip hop in the culture. You know what I mean? Also, man, I had kind of left the music alone. I was doing TSP shit. Of course, I'm gonna be when my brothers call the arm. I'm gonna do the TSP shit. But my son, Kid Mac, I don't know if y'all heard his name Kid Mac. Y'all can look him up. He just got murdered, man, like last week.
Oh shit!
Oh,
Yeah. Word. Yeah, I didn't want to talk about it. You know what I mean?
Who?
His name Kid Mac, man. My he saying my wife's son, my son. He was 27 years old, 28 years old. He just made 28 years old. He was heavy in the music shit, man. He was doing a lot of good shit, man. He was a grown ass man. They just murdered him out west, man. I didn't want to bring it up.
Oh my god!
But the reason why I'm bringing it up is because I had left the music alone. But in his honor, I'm gonna go ahead and put out the music, man. I got this project called Stegosaurus I was gonna do, and I wasn't gonna do it because I was kind of giving him counsel and advice. But when they did what they did to him, he got some music they were gonna put out. I'm gonna go ahead and put that shit out. You know what I mean? And I just didn't want to speak on it on this platform.
But
I hear that, man.
Condolences, brother.
My deepest sympathies on that, man. My prayers out to you and your family, man.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I appreciate it, brother.
That's how my son is.
Yeah. So, you want to find me on Facebook. You know what I mean? It's Marcus Biggs, Triplet. If you want to find me on Instagram, it's Biggs Allah 1435. Yeah.
Yeah. I know about the triplets, man. Yeah.
Yes, sir, man. Whatever
I know about the triplets. Everybody know about the triplets, man.
Yeah, I'm one of them dudes.
All right, man. Shit.
Yeah, man.
Trey Mac.
Hold on. One thing.
Yeah, man. Hey, shit. For the most part, you can check my music on Reverb Nation, Trey Mac the Third, TSP, Reverb Nation. I got some music, a lot of my old music up there. You know what I'm saying? For the most part, you know what I mean. I'm still into the music heavy. Like Big said, we got a TSP project in the works. I got some future stuff in the works. You know what I'm saying? But I'm kind of geared more into on production end. You know what I'm saying? So I'm into banging them beats out, man. You know what I'm saying? Got the little studio downstairs. Got little young boys coming through. You know what I'm saying? It ain't really, you know what I'm saying? It's good for me though. You know what I'm saying? It's what I want to do. So that's really my focus. You know what I'm saying? To get these beats off. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, you can always check my music out anytime. You know what I'm saying? We still like my man say, spitting that monster. You know what I'm saying? Every single time, right? You know what I mean? So yeah, I ain't never gonna stop doing it. I always, this is what I do. This is what it's a hobby. And that's why I got a studio, because I could just record a song anytime I want. I feel like it. You know what I'm saying? That's good enough for me, even if I'm the only motherfucker that listen to it. You know what I'm saying? It don't even matter, right? You know what I mean? I'm a fan of the culture, man, and I make the kind of music that I know I like. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Selfishly. You know what I'm saying? Selfishly.
And BD, man, I'm putting on the platform right now, man. I done said this shit to Tran like 5 times. I want me. I got a project I want to do with me, him, and the Lunday called Elder Gods, and I keep on telling this nigga, man, that's gonna be the dopest shit ever, man.
Man, bro, I'm ready to work on that shit, nigga. If everybody else ready to work, I'm ready. I ain't tripping. Let's rock that. You know what I'm saying? I'm always in it. The spirit is always there, and as long as I know is, I'm gonna keep on doing it, man. That's what I was here. That's my blessing, man. That's the one thing. Hey, and anything else I know, I'm a professional b-boy. I know my shit on every level of it. We on love of it and every aspect of it. So motherfucker, we could debate all day, but I know my facts, and man, I'm with it. I know this shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm a professional b-boy, and I'm an old ass man. I'm 50. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So yeah, I'm a motherfucking b-boy, and I still consider myself a hardcore b-boy, right? You know what I'm saying? But I ain't trying to be young. You know what I mean? I'm being
Right,
who I am.
right.
You know what I
Right.
mean? So that's the
why I
beauty.
say
I ain't
the
gotta be
time,
young.
man.
I ain't gotta be young. But as long as I think fresh thoughts, then you know my
The
mind
culture
gonna
is the culture.
remain. Yeah, there it
Yeah,
is.
hey,
There it
God,
is.
you gotta come jump on a couple of cuss with us, God.
Oh, definitely, man. Definitely.
Hey,
Yeah.
real quick, I forgot to say, you were talking about the music, Project Mayhem on all DSPs. You know what I mean? Check us out. My clubhouse name is Dot Connector. You can check me out there. You know what I'm saying? Just like it's spelled, THOT. Dot Connector. That's a play on words though, because thought
Yeah.
is
Right.
your thoughts. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And thought was the one that brought a lot of knowledge to us as people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it sounds funny, but I'm not being funny.
Yeah, no doubt.
Double entendre. Double entendre.
You know what I'm saying?
Man, I want to
Indeed.
thank you,
No, that's
brothers.
all.
I want to thank you, brothers, for being on here, man. I'm doing a rebranding right now. I haven't stepped totally away from it. If a story comes about in the sports realm, then yeah, I talk about it. But I don't think the whole conversation about sports is productive at this point in regards to our community. So Tuesdays, I'm gonna be having a conversation about the culture, what's going on with the culture, how the culture is suffering or benefiting, or how we can do something and move the culture forward. I've gone ahead and done that. I want to thank y'all for being on this show, because those shows will be about the culture. I'm in a production meeting Friday about this other show called I got the name of it right now, but it's gonna be on Sunday, and we just gonna be talking crazy. You know what I'm saying? It's all about conversations with grown men. Man, I got into this thing as I've been studying the ancestors pushing us in the same direction until we get things in play, right? So I'll connect you with some other brothers, and we just gonna be talking reckless. But man, I'm definitely gonna want one, two, or all three or four of y'all to come on the Tuesday show at 5 p.m. because y'all some brothers who are in tune with the culture, and we all touch hundreds of people, which turns into thousands of people, and it really turns into what we're trying to do here. Man, Built This Network is my network. We DJ Mad Max, #1 Chief Rocker on Spreaker.com. If anybody want to join the family, you're welcome. I'm doing this. This leads to Late Brent Loud Music Studios, the end of the bench. Well, I'm going to be talking about culture, how to advance the culture. If anybody has anything they want to promote, I don't give a damn what it is, like the homie Foots with the Miles Calls. If you promote T-shirts, whatever you promote, reach out to me at cashapp_B on Instagram and Twitter, Brian D. Williams, on Facebook. Whatever you are promoting, bring it to me. I'm not charging you anything. Look, if you come on here and somebody buys 10 T-shirts from you, that's the goal. That's it. That's all. You're doing beats. Let me know. I want to talk to everybody and everything in regards to the culture. So that's what I'm doing right here, because I have on Built for This Network, we have a truly international following. I got this cat in Nigeria. You saw the dude J. Ron in Canada. I talked to this MC, got an MC on my show from Australia, as well as Guyana, South America, touching all corners of the globe. So you never know who will be listening. I got these dudes made in Manchester that want to come on. I got a dude in Nigeria who want to come on. Mars Noel, salute to Mars Noel. So he's either listening now or be listening later. So we got to do this for the community, for the culture, for the diaspora. What you about to say, something, Rello?
I just caught the Late Rent Loud Music, man.
Yeah, oh yeah, I did that.
See, if y'all don't know, that's one of the name of one of my albums, Late Rent Loud Music.
Studio.
Okay.
I did that.
I just caught that.
Where can we get that at? What that's at?
Man, on Apple, Spotify.
Late Rent Loud Music.
Late Rent Loud Music.
Yep.
Dope title.
Yeah. So
it's on one of them.
This is HRAP-B signing off. This is Dope for This Network. And I just want to thank you guys again, man. As you stated several times, we all about the hip hop. We all about the culture. But you know what? We all about our culture first and foremost. So, man, continue to tune in 5 o'clock Tuesdays, 5 o'clock Saturdays, 10 a.m. on Sundays. And me, my man Robert Orr, and TC, we just talking crazy. With some grown man conversation. It's gonna be the end of the bench as well. So again, man, anything you have to promote, anything you have to do, come at me. I'm not charging you. We can either set up a little video or whatever on your phone. Usually, this is gonna be a tool or a toy. This is a tool or a toy. You got something to promote, make yourself a little video, say what you gonna be doing, give contact info, and then I'll play it in between the shows. What was that again, bro?
No, for sure.
Yeah. Whatever you're doing, let me know what you're doing. If you know somebody, holler at Monday because
I was just saying, yo, it's in the palm of your hand. Everything.
Yeah. You know, I'm doing these individual interviews. I got it in the can right now. I'm gonna be releasing these interviews, and we'll go over the next few weeks. I'm looking for my folder right now. Oh yeah, I got in the can already. I got AFRO, an interview with him. I got former hoop star Chicago, Simeon at University of Illinois Urban Small. I got Super MC Razcast in the can, and I got Skyzoo. I got them in
Damn, boy, you rocking it.
I got them coming out, man. So I want to talk. If you're talking to somebody, I want to talk to people who are addicted to drugs, people who stole drugs, people who in the penitentiary, people who got out the penitentiary trying to change lives. Whatever you're trying to do, come over here. Let me promote your story. Let me promote your book. Let me promote your music. It's for the culture. Yeah, it's going to benefit you. It's going to benefit me. And that way we can move forward. With that being said, man, it's the homie Combat Jack used to say, dream those dreams and stand up, warming up, and live those dreams. Is life without dreams, flows in black and white. Life with dreams, flows in technicolor, surround sound. This your man HRAP-B, built for this network. 2 fingers, 1 word. I'm HRAP, and I am out.
Chris Strife.
Yes, sir. Salute, fellas.
Peace.
All right, man.
Bro.
Yep.